victory of West Brom against Chesterfield of the National League. BBC One here tonight as well. We saw an amusing tweet from Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker, Michael, had taken a picture of himself with the FA Cup, and he was saying, just sort of proving the point that occasionally we are seen in the same room together. Here's Traore.
Hello, welcome back to 5 Live Sport. Technical issues at Molineux, where Wolves are drawing 0-0 against Liverpool with just a couple of minutes gone in that game. There's been a power cut, so we're just going to rejig a couple of things and get commentary back to you as soon as we possibly can. In the meantime, there is more FA Cup third round action taking place. Forest Green and Birmingham are going for the first time after their last effort was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch at New Lawn Forest. Sohail Sahi.
Yeah, thankfully, Kelly, we're underway tonight. I thought for a moment earlier on today, I was travelling up from south of London, I thought this game might be called off because of a frozen pitch this time, but thankfully we're underway. We've played a couple of minutes. It's still Forest Green 0, Birmingham 0. Forest Green in League One, Birmingham of the Championship. Both sides struggling of late. Forest Green have lost 4 and drawn 1 of their last 5 in their league, and not to Birmingham, I should say, they've lost their last 4 in the Championship. This is the first ever competitive fixture between these two sides. It's in the FA Cup, it's the third round, and it's Forest Green Rovers 0, Birmingham City 0.
Sohail, thank you very much. The winner of that one will go to Ewood Park to face Blackburn in the next round. At the DW Stadium, it's Wigan against Luton, and Katie Smith is there.
Yeah, currently 0-0, slightly different from Sohail's story in the fact that these two sides are actually playing each other in 4 days in the league, but slightly different stories here in terms of their league positions. Winless in 6 for Wigan. Kolo Toure yet to win, and sitting bottom of the table they are at the moment, whereas Luton flying high, a couple of points off the top 6 as it stands. Not too much happening so far. An early chance for Luton. The captain Jordan Clark dancing into the box, firing over the crossbar. 0-0 with a couple of minutes played.
Katie, thank you very much. Let's head to the Liberty Stadium for Swansea against Bristol City and Chris Coles.
We are 4 minutes in, Kelly. Swansea 0, Bristol City 0. Bristol City have started the brighter. That's not a surprise. They're unchanged from their last Championship match, a 4-2 win over Birmingham. Swansea have made 7 changes, so perhaps looking a little bit fragmented. Bristol City dominating, but no real chances of yet. It's 0-0.
And the winner of that game will face either West Brom or Chesterfield. They kick off at the Hawthorns at 8 o'clock. Underway, of course, at Molineux. Alistair Bruce-Bowen and Michael Ball have been pedalling like mad. They finally got some electricity back at the ground, and they could bring us the commentary with not much having happened in the last couple of minutes, Ali.
No, not too much. Thank you, Kelly. Just keeping you and the team on your toes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to our engineer, Mark, as well, here at the ground, who's done some very speedy work to get us back on air so quickly. Mini power cut there in the first minute of the game as Adama Traore was getting into an excellent crossing position. Michael Brown, we've played 5 minutes. Wolves have just won a corner. Adama Traore is getting a lot of joy down the right for Wolves, isn't he?
Straight away, they've got it in the locker, they're switching it, and he's getting in behind Liverpool at every opportunity. And as you said, he got in the first minute, and the whole stadium, the lights crashed, they all went down, they had to stop the play, but they've just keep getting him on the ball. Now an opportunity from a corner kick for Wolves.
Give you the team lineups in just a second. João Moutinho to our right takes a short corner back to Ruben Neves. He crosses in from the right hand side. It clears most of the Liverpool defenders. Totti, the Wolves centre back, runs to his left to collect it. Low cross in, takes a deflection and very harmlessly rolls into the arms of Quevin Kelleher. So 8 changes for Liverpool from the 3-0 defeat at Brighton. Kelleher, I've just mentioned, in goal, only a third appearance of the season for him. James Milner's at right back this evening. Kostas Tsimikas is going to have a tough night against Adama Traore. He's at left back. Joe Gomez alongside Ibrahima Konate in the centre of defence. Thiago Naby Keita and Stefan Bajcetic in central midfield for Liverpool. Bajcetic, the 18-year-old, and Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho, another couple of youngsters either side of Cody Gakpo. Jordan Henderson, Trent Alexander-Arnold not involved at all this evening. Darwin Nunez not ready to go either. Mo Salah is on the bench for Liverpool. Tsimikas is playing a ball forward. Thiago can't control it, and so Wolves have it inside their own half. We are 6.5 minutes in. It is Wolves 0, Liverpool 0, and Wolves have Jose Sarr in goal, 19-year-old Dexter Lembakisa at right back, Johnny at left back, Nathan Collins alongside Totti in the centre of defence, Joe Hodge, Ruben Neves, João Moutinho, and then Traore, Rayan Aït-Nouri in an attacking position on the left, and Raul Jimenez, who's probably gone the closest so far this evening. Michael, that one cross, the downward header just wide.
Yeah, he was. Good cross. He just tries to get across, and Gomez just gets tight to him, so it's made his sort of angle of approach just a little bit more difficult. But Wolves have started this game excellently, confident. Liverpool finally getting a touch now, as you expect. Thiago just trying to get on the ball, moving it around, trying to get some sort of control. Wolves pressing really aggressive.
Liverpool then building play down the right hand side. 37-year-old James Milner, Naby Keita now back to Konate, across to Joe Gomez. Gomez on the left hand side, Konate to his right. Thiago, who's started all the games for Liverpool since the resumption after the World Cup. Cody Gakpo had a great World Cup. Little flick, the ball's out with Tsimikas on the left. High scooped cross to the far post. Will be controlled wide on the right by Harvey Elliott in his bright orange boots. Little skip and a dance in front of the ball. Back to Milner, another high looping cross into the box. Oh, Jose Sarr is up. He spilled it, and it's very nearly pounced upon by Fabio Carvalho. Sarr recovers just in time.
Yeah, it was a really high cross, wasn't it? Referee right on top of it. Mariner actually just making sure that there was, no spill and any sort of disaster from that cross. But wasn't really clean, was it, from the goalkeeper there, Ali? I thought he would have done better, but he was under a little bit of pressure. He got away with one.
Untidy, yeah, very untidy. Matthias Sarkic was the goalkeeper for the original tie at Anfield that finished 2-2, but Jose Sarr back between the sticks this evening. Nathan Collins under pressure from Carvalho. Liverpool pressing well. Thiago slides in, gets it back to Carvalho, plays it to his right. Gakpo with a low shot, no pace on that, and Jose Sarr this time can make a very comfortable save.
Yeah, as they get inside, Thiago does well, and then the shot from Gakpo, all eyes are still on him. I think it's just getting there now. It was that slow, he didn't connect very well with it. We need to see a little bit more from him. Liverpool finally getting into the stride, Ali, and moving Wolves around.
Right, here's your first FA Cup goal this evening. It's come at the new lawn, Sahel Sahi.
And it's gone to Forest Green, Alistair. Forest Green 1, Birmingham City 0. A quite wonderful strike from Ben Stevenson, all from 25 yards out. The corner wasn't cleared by the visitors' defence. It fell to Stevenson, right-footed, and the Birmingham goalkeeper Neil Etheridge had no chance. Forest Green 1, Birmingham 0.
Thank you, Sahel. Winners away to Blackburn in the 4th round. That one will not go to extra time and penalties this evening if it finishes as a draw, because it's an original tie. Any of the replays, like this one, if they're level after 90, we go into extra time. If they're level after that, then we'll have a penalty shootout. Wolves with Raul Jimenez, who claims he was clipped by Joe Gomez, and gets that decision. So Wolves get a free kick 10 yards inside their own half. And exactly as you were saying, Michael, just before kick-off, Julen Lopetegui is busy down there on the touchline.
He's very busy. I've watched him a few times now. Literally doesn't let go, driving his side. And you keep mentioning extra time, Ali, so let's see if it's going to be a long night. When you mention it early, there'll be a few of your colleagues laughing away, thinking if that's the case in this weather tonight. But it started okay, the game, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Wolves really come into it, real confident start, and Liverpool just finally getting a couple of passes, and hopefully it continues at this pace.
Lembakisa lobs one down the right, looking for Traore. Joe Gomez is able to win the header for Liverpool, and here's his centre-back partner, Konate. Thiago comes trotting towards him, then pings the ball forward with his right foot, precision passing, but it's just on the bounce beyond Tsimikas, who can't control it, so that goes out for a throw into Wolves in the right back position. So we played 10 minutes at Molineux. No more power cuts, we hope, this evening. Full stadium, good noise. Winners away to Brighton in the 4th round. And at the moment, Wolves 0, Liverpool 0. Only goal so far this evening. Forest Green lead Birmingham. Forest Green Rovers lead Birmingham by a goal to 0. Julen Lopetegui applauds his team once more. Liverpool have a throw right under Jurgen Klopp's nose, who's got the black bobble hat perched on top of his head. Tsimikas skids a throw down that left-hand touchline to the tall figure of Gakpo. Gakpo's got a handful of Collins' shirt. Lots of bodies in there. The ball eventually is spat out, and here's Keita on the edge of the penalty area. Tries to play a little 1-2 with Harvey Elliott. His lobbed pass goes a little wider to Carvalho, who collects the ball down by the byline, threads one back to Gakpo, who looks for a ball back to the edge of the box. Thiago slides in, wins it cleanly. Moutinho is hobbling after the challenge, but Liverpool, the attack breaks down, and Ruben Neves is able to pass out from the back up towards Jimenez. Jimenez, nice touch and pass, finds Ait-Nouri sprinting away down the left-hand side. Kelleher backpedaling, Ait-Nouri onto the right foot, hits the shot, rebound breaks to the edge of the box, Moutinho pokes it forward, and Kelleher very calmly controls it with the right instep and passes away for Liverpool.
Yeah, good forward pass straight away on the counter for Wolves. It was a poor ball by Milner initially, but Liverpool come again.
Of course, open game at the moment. FA Cup third round replay, 12 minutes in, 0-0. Here's Harvey Elliott, fancies a dip from range, and he's scored. He's hit a looping drive over Jose Sarr. The Liverpool fans go wild inside Molineux, and Harvey Elliott has produced something very special early on in the replay. It's Wolves 0, Liverpool 1.
Well, they get an opportunity, the break, there's some space in front of them, and it's Harvey Elliott's travelling. I'm wondering, he's not going to shoot from there. Jose Sarr not expecting it, but he hits it well. And what happens, 25 yards or so with his left foot, Ali, but it sort of dips, doesn't it? Right at the end of it, dips over the goalkeeper into the top corner. Liverpool bench, they're all off it, high-fiving Jurgen Klopp, and just as Wolves were breaking, that opportunity from Ait-Nouri. Be careful what you leave behind, because they got punished on the counter.
Very much what Liverpool needed after the weekend. Julen Lopetegui in conversation with the fourth official, Craig Pawson. Jurgen Klopp's involved in the conversation as well. I'm not entirely sure what that is about. 8 changes to this Liverpool team tonight. That is exactly what Jurgen Klopp will have asked for, and Harvey Elliott can do some magical things. Our replay monitor, I think because of the power cut, Michael, is not working. When you saw Jose Sarr beaten like that, is there any thought that makes you question, is he in the right position there?
Listen, we've seen goalkeepers in the last few weeks being a little bit further out. We've seen the Manchester City game, and he is a little bit too far probably. But I just think the trajectory of the ball, Ali, it's like, yeah, you think you've got it, but it sort of loops over him, and normally from that range it carries on rising, but he sort of hit it and it just sort of dips right over the top of him, and you sort of said straight away it's in that. You could see.
Yeah, no, as soon as it left his boot, you felt it was destined for the back of the net. Ait-Nouri with a driving run by Cetic is the man who stands in the way for Liverpool.
I thought Ait-Nouri was going to do the same, not with that sort of power, but he got into a great position. Kelleher sort of in no man's land, and Ait-Nouri's been great, isn't he? He's got a couple of goals, he's been getting some good opportunities down that left-hand side, and I felt with his confidence, go on, try it, and he didn't. He come inside, got his shot blocked, and then the rest, Liverpool.
Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool coming forward again down the inside left channel with Tsimikas. Tsimikas finds Carvalho. He just lays the ball into the path of Thiago. Thiago looks to his right, doesn't feel it's on, comes back to Carvalho, wide to Tsimikas. Tsimikas tries a trick to try and get past Lemba-Kisa, who stands in his way. Naby Keita just in time, plays a little pass back here into midfield to Cetic. And Liverpool, you can see already, chest puffed out with a little bit of confidence. They have the early lead at Molineux, stroking the ball around nicely inside the Wolves half. Gomez down the left to Carvalho. Tsimikas to Gakpo, looking for Carvalho again. Lemba-Kisa nips in and knocks it out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Attacking position on the left-hand side. Michael Brown doing his best to get the replay monitor working. If I were you, I'd keep hands in pockets.
I'm not very technical, I need a bit of help looking along the line, but I think we've used all our help, haven't we? Incredible getting back on air. I think we were first on as well before a few others.
Is that right? Well spotted. So Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Winners away to Brighton in the fourth round. FA Cup fourth round that weekend starts Friday the 27th as Gakpo plays forward to Carvalho on the outside. Tsimikas with the shot just over the bar, lets fly from the angle, and Liverpool could easily have been 2-0 to the good.
They could have. The timing of the run, and you just say getting bodies forward, the position of Thiago going all the way across, Carvalho support, and Tsimikas just coming away down that left hand side. narrower than a Robertson would be, isn't he, Ali? And just gets that shot onto his left foot, hits it hard, always rising. But I was going to say earlier, obviously Traore starts really well, pushing Tsimikas back. But how brave can Tsimikas go the other way? Can the overload help Liverpool? So I think it's a really good sort of battle between these two tactically, technically. When they get into those positions, what can they create for the side?
Ball out for a Liverpool throw. They'll take their time over the restart. James Milner stomps towards the ball, holds it behind his head in both hands, and then slings it infield. Nice first touch from Gakpo outside of his boot. Looks for the goal scorer Elliott. He can't control this one, so it's at the feet of Wolves goalkeeper Jose Sarr. Ruben Neves drops in between the centre backs on the edge of his own area, plays it to his left to Totti, sweeping pass out to the left hand side. Wolves moving forward quickly. Aït-Nouri, and now João Moutinho looking to return the favour for Aït-Nouri, but James Milner is there and plays the ball down the right hand side. Lovely flick from Elliott. 1-2 here with Naby Keita in central midfield. Back it comes to Bajcetic. That's a loose pass straight to Adama Traore, who immediately sets off, and Tsimikas, no nonsense, just brings him down. That's a free kick for Wolves.
It was a square pass, wasn't it? Straight away you pull it to the left hand side, and there's Adama Traore taking his touch, stepping forward. You see Tsimikas didn't know what to do with him other than just bring him down, and I thought the referee might have acted. He didn't on this occasion.
So free kick Wolves. Just looking at that Wolves midfield, you've got Joe Hodge and João Moutinho. They're not the easiest numbers to read, I don't find, the Wolves numbers. They're quite similar looking, short, stocky, dark hair. Both have got black boots on, so I'm looking for a sort of visual identifier.
The hair, the back of the head, Ali.
The back of the head, do you? Well, this is Moutinho. That's a ball into the far post. I can recognise Aït-Nouri with that hair, and he's headed it high and wide, and behind it goes for a Liverpool goal kick.
Right, possibly was an offside position. It was a great ball from Moutinho, and that back post, there was one further past him, wasn't it, on the back step, but Aït-Nouri gets up, tries to take it. 18
minutes gone in the first half. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. FA Cup third round replay. Liverpool with the early lead, and Forest Green Rovers leading Birmingham by a goal to nil. The other ties so far this evening remain goalless. Ian Dennis and Pat Nevin will be your commentary team tomorrow night. That could be Chile at Ellen Road. Michael, Leeds against Cardiff.
Interesting team that tomorrow night, all around.
Yeah. Presenter is our producer
Jules,
tonight.
Our producer.
Juliet.
She's doing her notes already for Leeds. She should be concentrating on this game.
Exactly.
Looking forward to that one tomorrow.
We'll be tuning in. We'll keep you updated tomorrow as well on Premier League action. Crystal Palace play Manchester United. I know Michael on Thursday is at Manchester City against Tottenham. We'll have updates on that one as well. Here's Raul Jimenez, Wolves centre forward, challenged from behind, throw in goes to Wolves, and Dexter Lembakisa needs to shove Lopetegui out of the way to take it, because Lopetegui is so intent on getting his message across to his team. Throw in, headed away by Tsimikas. That's Joe Hodge. Strong challenge on him by Bajcetic.
Bajcetic does well there, doesn't he? Coming across, setting the tone, making sure he's not getting anywhere. But Hodge, how can he get on in this type of game? He's getting a lot of minutes now. Great with the ball, getting to good positions, getting more confident, more minutes, and he's certainly a one to watch for Wolves.
He's a former Manchester City man, but Lopetegui's given him some game time. This is a fourth start under the Spaniard, and having to show a bit of character as well, because he was the one who stepped up and saw the penalty saved in the League Cup tie against Nottingham Forest last week, but as Lopetegui said afterwards, had the confidence to step up and take the fifth penalty. Carvalho goes down, wins a free kick for Liverpool. Sarcastic applause from the Wolves manager, who has picked up a couple of yellow cards already in his time.
But you can understand why he was irate at Anfield. I mean, let's be honest, he's halfway down the sort of away from his technical area now. Assistant referee under a lot of pressure, and fourth official, and he's right on the pitch. Lopetegui, trainers right on the white line.
Kelleher in light purple, sort of violet colour. Liverpool's keeper tonight. The ball is loose inside the Liverpool half. Konate stretches forward, clears it away with his right foot. It turns into a 50-50. Carvalho challenges there, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw. So that's another decision that goes against Wolves.
And do you know what? The foul on Carvalho was weak, wasn't it? The referee was wrong-sided, Ali, and he didn't need to do that.
Kelleher clears with his left foot, and that one's going to go straight out of play. Carvalho wins the header. The Wolves fans applaud.
So did Lopetegui.
So did Lopetegui. and Johnny takes the throw for Wolves. Back it comes to Jose Sarr. Totti dribbling out from the back, might just run into trouble there. Neves under pressure. Carvalho goes down. Free kick in a shooting position for Liverpool. Wolves played themselves into a spot of bother. I think Neves did catch Carvalho that time. They've got to be careful.
He goes down obviously quite easily. It's only a light frame, but Totti stepping in, you've got to be sure when you play that pass inside. And even Ruben Neves with a wonderful touch and awareness in and around him, that's a tough one for him to take. Just ran away and to give a foul, but it's a real good area, isn't it? Quite central, just left of centre. And at this point you get a couple of different options. The goalkeeper find it hard. We'll see what type of wall Wolves put in.
You can see how cold it is this evening. Jurgen Klopp is wrapped up tight, but it's one of those evenings where you can see every breath, that sort of puff of steam, of vapour in front of his mouth as he breathes in and out in his long black coat and his white trainers. James Milner's taking a very deliberate walk back as if he's going to give this the hammer, but no, it's a dummy. Thiago chips the free kick into the penalty area. Moutinho clears it away with an overhead kick. There is Milner again, just lofts one back up, flick on by Canate. Carvalho tries to get on the end of it. Offside flag is up, so Wolves will have a free kick. I don't know whether they've changed here, Michael, but I'm looking at Johnny. I read him out as left back at the start of the night. It looks to me now like he's playing the right side of a three, with Collins and Totti as the other two centre-backs, and Aït-Nouri.
They've just come back to a back three, haven't they? Aït-Nouri coming in, Johnny going to the right. And I think, you know, when you go into this position, you really need to make that change, because they started okay, didn't they?
Yeah. Midway through the first half, Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Harvey Elliott with a dipping shot from the edge of the box that beat Jose Sarr. So next break in play, we'll start taking you round the other cup ties this evening, starting at Forest Green Rovers. That's a good touch from Ruben Neves. Lovely bit of skill as well to get himself away from the attentions of Naby Keita. Wide it goes to Aït-Nouri, who's now in this left wing back position. Totti plays back to Neves. Neves across to Nathan Collins, the young Irish centre back for Wolves. Johnny now looking for the 1-2 with Lembakisa. The ball gets away from him on the return pass. Gomez has it. Tsimikas infield to Thiago. Thiago's tackled. Wolves will try and turn it into a counter. Hodge forward to Jimenez. Jimenez is challenged by two Liverpool players. He's lost it. And now here come Liverpool with Elliott just inside that Wolves half. Chipped ball forward towards Gakpo. Collins backpedaling, wins the header. Hodge trying something clever inside his own half. He's lost the ball here. Thiago across to Gakpo. He's got Keita to his right. Keita's first touch takes him a little wide. Still inside that Wolves penalty area. Lays it back to Gakpo. Wide it goes to Milner. Milner dummies the cross and plays a low pass to Keita. Gakpo involved again. He takes a tumble in the box. Referee not interested in that at all. The ball is cleared up towards Raul Jimenez, and Canate has fouled him. That is a free kick for Wolves on the halfway line. So Sahel Sahi is watching Forest Green Rovers against Birmingham this evening.
Where Forest Green, Alistair leading Birmingham by a goal to nil, so the League One side leading the championship. The goal coming after 8 minutes, Ben Stevenson. They just had another effort. Miles Pert-Harris, his shot was tipped over the crossbar. League One side, Forest Green, well worth the lead. They're leading Birmingham by a goal to nil.
Wigan and Luton facing each other tonight in a replay. The winners of this one at home to Grimsby in the fourth round. Katie Smith.
Yeah, 24 minutes on the clock, 0-0. Not been a thriller, which is not ideal considering the snow is coming on and off. It is freezing. 1-1 when they last played. Both goals in the first half. Yet to see much action. It has been all Luton's way, though. Two good headed opportunities. Adebayo on target, into the arms of the keeper. 0-0.
Another challenge on Raul Jimenez here at Molineux. This one further up the field for Wolves, midway inside the Liverpool half. Wolves fans irate about the tackle. They feel there should be a yellow card. Crikey, it's kicking off down on the touchline. Lopetegui and Klopp going at it. Julen Lopetegui is having to be held back by Craig Pawson here to stop him getting to Jurgen Klopp. And Jurgen Klopp very sensibly is backed away. But he's winding Lopetegui up because he's got that big beaming smile on his face. Lopetegui's lost the plot here.
You see the big white teeth of Jurgen Klopp, big smile on his face, wind him. He's gone crazy, Lopetegui. It's a great watch. Hold the game for a minute because this is continuing between the two of them. He's winding him up, Klopp, for sure.
Well. Lopetegui now has calmed down, hands in pockets. Wolves have taken the free kick. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. It's going to be spicy, this one. Ball floated out onto the left boot of Aït-Nouri. Good ball in. Canate heads it away. Bounces just outside the Liverpool penalty area. Carvalho gets a little nudge, keeps his balance, goes wide to Tsimikas, still inside the Liverpool half on the left, back to Thiago, he's giving it away, here's Joe Hodge. Carvalho challenges him, but the ball runs to Traore. Tsimikas with the tackle. That is another free kick for Wolves. Before they take it quickly, let's go to Swansea, Bristol City. Chris Coles.
This is a watchable 0-0 without being too explosive. Both sides playing attractive football. Swansea with the best chance from the boot of a Bristol City player. Zach Viner on his own penalty spot. Little outside edge on his attempted clearance. Flew off the edge of his boot. Well saved by Max O'Leary. Alerting the slips he needed to be. It's 0-0.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Winners of that one will be at home to West Brom or Chesterfield. That game's underway. We'll take you there in a second. It's also a commentary on Radio 5 Sports Extra. Wolves fans getting stuck into the officials. Julen Lopetegui is steaming away down there. He's just headed back to the dugout for a second to try and cool down a little. 27 minutes gone in the first half. What can Wolves do with the free kick? Here's João Moutinho curling ball with his right foot, headed away by Gomez. Neves on the volley, that's well blocked inside that Liverpool penalty area. Gakpo got his body in the way. How many times have we seen Neves do that? His technique and his strike of those is fabulous.
How well did he hit that? Literally coming out this guy and I'm thinking, here we go. But the block, I wanted to see to get to the goalkeeper, see the outcome of it.
Yeah.
But it's livened up. The managers are on it. Wolves are coming back.
Here they go. They're having a go, Wolves. Jimenez with the cross. No one in there for him. Milner, very cool. Edge of his 6-yard box. Knew he wasn't under pressure. Controlled the ball. Played it to Harvey Elliott. And Elliott zips away down the right-hand side. Naby Keita makes the run. The last touch, though, from the Elliott pass comes back off Elliott and goes out for a throw-in to Wolves. West Brom, Chesterfield then. Lee Blakeman.
0-0 at the moment. Championship side on top when it comes to possession. Rogic is just at a shot block from the edge of the area. John Swift has just fired well wide as well. Dean Garner lively on the West Brom right. 12 gone. West Brom 0, Chesterfield 0.
So while Juliet continues her preparations for presenting 5 Live Sport tomorrow night, we need her to keep an eye on the technical areas here as well, Michael, because Lopetegui is inching ever closer to Jurgen Klopp.
It was brilliant because obviously the two decisions that went against Lopetegui, because he didn't get them, and as soon as there was one for him, he's jumped up and said, we've got to have that foul. And Jurgen's going, why are you waving your hands? Why are you doing this? And that was it. It lit between the two of them.
So Harvey Elliott's goal separates the two teams. 5 Live and BBC Sounds this evening. Good cup tie. Len Bakisa with a little ball down the right, blocked by Tsimikas, throwing for Wolves in an attacking position.
It was a good switch, wasn't it? But if you could look inside, it was a great run from Jimenez, just if he could have found him through the gap, but it was tight. Maybe I'm being a little bit critical. He was under pressure.
Len Bakisa's throw. Moutinho comes towards him. Len Bakisa tries to get it back to him. Gomez challenged by Traore. The ball is loose. Thiago runs onto it, continues that run with the ball at his feet, slides a pass forward to Elliott, little side foot pass from him to Milner. Milner's going to try and use a bit of pace here to beat Ait-Nouri on the outside. Those two are wrestling, and James Milner does well for Liverpool, wins the free kick wide on the right, midway inside the Wolves half. Jurgen
Klopp appreciating his two hands as clapping above his head on that bobble hat that he's got on. Milner, a bit of composure in his box. He was the one obviously who made that mistake early on for the Ait-Nouri chance. We created the space actually, and then we've seen what Harvey Elliott could do, but then a bombing run down that right hand side under pressure from Ait-Nouri, and now a good position if it's a good delivery. You see Konate going up round the back post, Gakpo, Gomez.
Yeah, Cody Gakpo looking for that first Liverpool goal. Milner will take the free kick that he won. In it comes, edge of the 6-yard box. Miscommunication between Sarr and Collins, headed back towards the Wolves goal. Sarr flapping again. Joe Gomez has it. Oh, might have been a little contact on him there. He kept his feet. Gakpo with a cross in. Konate jumps. Might be a free kick to Wolves there. I think Konate a little over aggressive in the challenge. Has caught one of the Wolves players. Ruben Neves is saying it's an elbow to the head actually, and that will be a free kick to Wolves. I spotted a lovely stat, Michael, in the notes that are very kindly given to us by Jed Ray ahead of any Liverpool game. If James Milner were to score for Liverpool tonight, and I think there's a chance of that if they get a penalty, right, he would become Liverpool's oldest ever scorer in the FA Cup. If Ben Doak comes off the bench and scores a goal, he would become Liverpool's youngest ever goal scorer in the FA Cup. It's good, huh?
A lot of work, eh?
Yeah,
going into that. A fabulous stat. Let's hope we can use it.
Yeah, it'd be great if it happens, wouldn't it? So let's see. Liverpool leading 1-0 at the moment. 19-year-old Harvey Elliott with the goal. The ball is back with Wolves centre-back Totti. Chips it up towards the halfway line. Thiago leaps in to win a header. It runs to Gakpo. Gakpo turns on the corner of the penalty area. Elliott with a first-time cross, headed away by Totti. James Milner still up in support there. Elliott drops for him. Gets the pass from Milner. Back it comes to Bajcetic. Now Elliott, nicely worked by Liverpool on the right. James Milner linking up with the young pups. Now the ball played into the path here, and the driven shot is over the top of the bar from Gakpo, who'd arrived from a deep position. Ambitious effort, goal kick Wolves.
It's brilliant, Elliott. In those tight areas, he realises he's under pressure, but still has the composure to find a pass. He has this little flick, doesn't he, with the outside of the left. He sort of hesitates, waits, either moves the ball or puts it into space. But Gakpo there, that opportunity, tries to shoot from the angle, always going over, really a bit rash.
Wolves playing out from the back. Michael Brown with us here at Molineux. Liverpool leading Wolves by a goal to nil in this FA Cup replay. They're in all sorts of bother there. Jose Sarr's having a funny old night tonight. I mean, that wasn't the best pass back to him, but all he's been able to do is just hook it. I mean, he was on the byline. It's just bobbled off his right foot and gone out for a Liverpool corner.
Now, he's done the safe thing, but could he have not pushed it onto his right foot, opened his body up and just got the clearance away? Actually just kicked it behind. You don't often see that sort of thing in a Premier League goalkeeper, just to put it on the line rather than actually open.
It's just getting ever tighter for them there, just continually playing themselves into trouble. But Jose Sarr is having a slightly uncertain evening so far tonight. 13 minutes remaining in the first half. Liverpool lead Wolves by a goal to nil. Milner's corner, an away swinger. Ball is loose inside the penalty area, thumped away by Nathan Collins, chased out to the right by Joe Hodge, lofts a ball forward. Keita intercepts it. Gakpo tries to flick it back to him. Wouldn't quite get there quick enough for Keita, so there's pressure on him, but he holds his man off. Plays it back to Tsimikas, and Traore comes thundering into Tsimikas. Shoulder to shoulder, knocks him over. I think he's fallen on Tsimikas' ankle. Tsimikas writhing around, picks himself up, play continues, and Joe Gomez just lots of clever ball into space here for Gakpo to chase. The offside flag stays down. Gakpo turns, and that is not a great effort from Gakpo. He's knocked it about 50 yards wide, sliced it badly, and that will be a goal kick to Wolves.
Well, that wasn't good at all. As he turned, he tried to get a shot away. Yes, he was a long way away. He went high and wide towards the corner flag. I just fear that social media might be having a little whiz round on that particular chance that he's just took, Ali. It wasn't great.
Well, the first one I described as ambitious. That again is in that category.
Yeah, it was just poor. He tried to snatch out. We see what he's doing. He'll be desperate to do well, won't he? He just needs to try and settle a couple of goals, play his way in, a little bit of space, and he needs a team to get winning, to get results, so he can just actually feel his way. I'll be wondering what's happened since he's joined. Yeah,
lovely play by Bajcetic there. Kelleher played the ball out to him. He knew he had a man on in midfield. He just waited for that player to approach and then let the ball run past him and continued his run forward. That's not so good. First time ball was looking for a man wide on the left, and it's gone straight out of play for a throw into Wolves. So just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Winners of this one away to Brighton a week on Sunday in a lunchtime kickoff. It'll be one of the FA Cup commentaries for you on 5 Live and BBC Sounds over the FA Cup weekend. And the Cup football actually in amongst the Premier League football is coming thick and fast, because next week we're straight into those League Cup semi-final first legs. So we'll have commentary this time next week of Southampton Newcastle. The following night it'll be Nottingham Forest against Manchester United. The week after will be the second legs as well. Tsimikas, first time ball back into his own half. Konate stretches his legs, goes striding across his half, and then plays the ball to his skipper Milner. Bajcetic, nice little pass around the corner to Elliott, who's looked really good on the ball every time he's got it. Keita slides it forward, flag stays down, chance for Carvalho, 2-0, then the flag goes up, it's 1-0 still.
It was a great move, wasn't it, for Liverpool, finding areas around the corners, good positions, coming inside, the wide players. Carvalho running all the way across the pitch to find that space. Wonderful finish. Yes, you could see straight away that was in an advanced position as he got into that penalty area, but just a warning from Liverpool.
Didn't take long for VAR to confirm the call that time. Jimenez chests the ball down inside the Liverpool half. Thiago puts a foot in, stabs it back to the bearded Joe Gomez. Gomez, oh, lovely from Thiago, just lets it run through his legs, and Tsimikas collects behind. Thiago on the move, gets it from Carvalho to Keita, Keita to Bajcetic, wide it goes to James Milner, playing some nice stuff at times in this first half. Liverpool. Elliott drops into the midfield in the middle of the Wolves half to pick up the ball for Liverpool. Back it comes to Keita, forward to Elliott, back to Keita, now looking for the run of Milner down the right. Wolves are able to intercept. Ait Nouri has given it away. Bajcetic Thiago now. Thiago across to Tsimikas, 25 yards out. Curling cross into the far post, looking for Elliott. Headed away by Ait Nouri. Throw in for Liverpool on the right.
It was good again, wasn't it? The switches of play, little areas going forward with intensity. Liverpool when they win it back, and Tsimikas just tries to whiz the ball in as Wolves clear it away. But short passes, Ait Nouri. They've changed their system. Try to find a way of playing, but that's loose passes from Wolves against this side. You will be punished.
James Milner then gets ready to take the throw. It's about level with the Wolves penalty spot. Milner on the far side of the ground to us. He's in front of the Steve Bull stand. We sit in the Billy Wright stand, and Liverpool attacking the goal away to our left, the giant two-tiered stand, which is the Stan Cullis stand, who just sort of doing my research on him again, coming to the ground tonight. Manager of Wolves when they won 3 titles and 2 FA Cups, one in 1949, one in 1960, which was the last time that Wolves, this great club, lifted the FA Cup. They're 1-0 down tonight in the competition in this replay. Thiago's ball got a little flick on it there as it went out of play, so Liverpool have a throw. Milner takes it quickly. Elliott gives it to Thiago. Wide it goes to Milner again. Just moving Wolves around at the moment. Bajcetic gets on the ball 30 yards out, slides one through to Thiago. Skills outside of the right foot, shots wide, and it was offside. That was naughty. That was naughty.
He is ridiculous. Yes, it was offside, but he just rolls it round and then thinking, oh, it doesn't matter now, off. And he just tries to curl it with the outside of his right foot into the top corner, just misses. I mean, how good is he on the ball?
Feet, the quickness of moving the ball from one foot to the other to beat the defender there.
Like a young Alistair Bruce Ball.
God, I wish, Michael. Ball down the right from Joe Hodge. Good stretch from Raul Jimenez. Tries to keep it in play. Does really well there under pressure. Lembakisa then, unfortunately, ball comes off his left foot and goes out for a throw into Liverpool.
Great nutmeg, wasn't it? Jimenez just slotted it through Canate, and Lembakisa just sort of getting his feet tangled off his left and right. The ball goes out.
Look out, Lopetegui's getting fired up again. Wolves thought they had a handball. It was right under Lopetegui's nose, and he turns to Craig Pawson and says, well, how on earth can you not see that? Wolves still have the ball. I think the only other FA Cup goal still so far this evening is Forest Green leading Birmingham by a 1-0. As I say that, goal at the Hawthorns, Lee Blakeman.
Right on cue. West Brom 1, Chesterfield 0. John Swift picked up the ball, edge of the area on his left foot, curler round Covalon in the Chesterfield goal in front of the away end, which has got 2,500 in it. 22 gone. West Brom 1, Chesterfield 0.
Commentary continues on that one on Sports Extra. Winners of that game that Lee is out away to Swansea or Bristol City. That one still 0-0. Chris Coles is watching that one for us. Here comes Johnny. Ball towards Moutinho. Moutinho's lost it. Bajcetic now. Chance for Liverpool to try and catch Wolves cold. Ball forward to Gakpo is beyond him. Totti is there first, and Wolves are going to be able to play out from the back. Michael Brown.
Yeah, Totti does very, very well. He realises they're going to try and play him behind, but it's really opening up, isn't it? Wolves are obviously playing the part. Here we go again.
Oh, now that's a good run. I think he's onside. Traore in behind the Liverpool defence, drives the shot from the angle, and he's curled it wide. Went for sort of power with curl there, trying to beat Keller at his near post, and just couldn't get it on target.
It was brilliant. As soon as you get that eye line with your teammate, you realise so Liverpool are coming high, space is there, and sort of the ball sort of curls around in the favour of Traore towards the goal. The angle's tight. I wonder, is he going hard and low right across? Well, but he actually just goes for power right at the goalkeeper, wondering how make him sort of make the save as it just goes to the left hand side and over.
Well, if you go sheer power there, Michael, I mean, as we saw with Saka in the North London derby, you just don't know what happens if, could hit the keeper and go in.
Well, it could. I mean, that was a strange one, wasn't it?
Very.
As well, and I think that's how they started, putting him in behind, Traore. They've got to keep doing that wherever possible. But everybody was so far behind him, he had no option even to pull it across. Ait Nouri's desperate to try and get across from the opposite side, but not enough time.
Good cup tie so far this evening. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Early goal from Harvey Elliott. Left foot dipping strike that beat Jose Sarr. Ruben Neves inside his own half. Plays it back to Totti, not much pace on the pass. Totti puts a bit more on it to get it out to Ait Nouri on the left. He steps inside Harvey Elliott, then beats him on the outside. Still moving forward, slaloming between defenders. Eventually, Konate gets a challenge in. Elliott goes sliding back to hook the ball out of play. He was worried it was going out for a corner. It's gone out for a throw instead. João Moutinho gets that throw. Receives possession, back it comes to Ruben Neves. They're looking for Traore again if they can, wide on the right. He wanted that from Lembakisa and he didn't get the pass. 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
Why does he not give him it, Al? He's got to give him it.
Neves, nice diagonal. I say nice diagonal. Ait Nouri was offside and then James Milner just gives him a good clout.
Is that a free one there from Milner? When he sees that, obviously,
do you think
game
he
stopped. He thought, well, I'll just leave a little one slightly.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to keep running into those corners, Milner's saying.
The experience of James Milner.
But they've got Traore there. So I know he's obviously a young lad. Lembakisa, just open your body, give him it, try and get the 1v1 wherever you possibly can, so you can obviously put Tsimikas under pressure.
Free kick Liverpool, which Konate will take from the right back position. Mateusz Cunha, one of those on the bench for Wolves this evening, the Brazilian on loan from Atletico Madrid. On the big screen tonight, the new signing, or another of the new signings, Pablo Sarabia, who's joined from Paris Saint-Germain, introduced to the home fans. Tsimikas and Traore having a good battle. Adama Traore gets booked for hauling Tsimikas down as he was making his run into the Wolves half. And again, it's sarcastic laughter and applause from Julen Lopetegui, and you can hear here what the Wolves fans make of it, because they're making the point, how many other challenges have there been? Why does Traore get the yellow card?
And it's not just Lopetegui, there's 4 of them, all going into, obviously, the 4th official, assistant referees all around and saying, why do you make that? And I'm not sure he makes the challenge. Does he tangle with him? Yes. Is it a foul? And he's gaining space into an advanced area. That's probably why the referee thinks he should do it.
Yeah. Well, Julen Lopetegui said to me last week, I think he's actually had a chat to Howard Webb, hasn't he? Since arriving
there
here,
was a meeting,
there
wasn't
was a
there,
meeting
about
because
Liverpool as well.
Because not happy with what went on in the original tie at Anfield. Neves goes down. James Milner in with the challenge. No free kick. The ball's back with Jose Sarr. Lopetegui continues to complain. Ice arms spread wide in the technical area. Traore under pressure's lost it to Thiago, but Joe Hodge is able to help him out. Thiago chases him into a little pocket wide on the right. Hodge floats it forward. Gomez lets it drift beyond Jimenez, allows the ball to bounce and takes control for Liverpool just outside the penalty area. Lopetegui said to me in the interview last week, he said last week, he said, maybe I don't quite understand the rules of the game in this country, which I thought was a nice little line.
Not buying himself a bit of time, isn't he? That's what he's doing.
Thiago very nearly tripped there. Ball back with Gomez, whips it out to the right. Milner chests it down, tackled by Ait Nouri. Throw in for Liverpool, and we've only got about a minute or so remaining before added time at the end of the first half. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1.
The referee's going to take the reaction, I'm sure.
Yes.
At half time, you can just sense it, can't you, all around us, that the pressure's going to be putting on it. Obviously, Andre Mariner, to see if he'll make a decision, to see if he'll change the outcome slightly, which is normal practice. But it's been an open game, hasn't it? Both sides have tried to play, but ultimately that bit of quality for Liverpool have made the difference. But they've been impressed with Wolves. They've made the change. They've tried to obviously still keep coming, putting balls in behind, short passes, then long wherever they can.
Really interesting watching this Wolves right flank in the first half. Ruben Neves on the ball there was thinking about the early release to Traore, and Tsimikas doesn't get tight to him, but he's got his eyes on him. He cannot let him out of his sight for a millisecond, can he?
He needs Gomez as well to help him out. So it stands, if he's going tight, Gomez say, you go tight, I've got you slightly, I'm a couple of yards behind you. And that's the difference. He could just drop. He just did it brilliantly before, didn't he, with Gomez.
Jimenez turns into Gomez here. Gomez makes the tackle in the left back position for Liverpool. Throw in for Wolves. Lopetegui now hands in pocket, still shouting instructions out onto the field. Thiago slides in, knocks the ball to Keita up towards Gakpo, just flicks it to his left to find Carvalho. He can't control it, so it goes out for a Wolves throw. 2 minutes of added time. You may have heard that boomed over the tannoy here at Molineux. Neves plays to his left hand side. We're hoping that Michael Brown's back hasn't seized up. You'll have to get that moving at half time, although I did hear in the news just before we started the game that Madonna says her back and hips are okay, Michael. She's on tour in the UK later in the year, so if she can do it at 64, you've got no excuse.
I'm okay, I'll be fine.
Collins across to Totti. Fancies it from a long way out. No, decides against the shot, rolls the pass to the left, cross comes in from Johnny, it's blocked, and Wolves will have a late throw wide on the left, down by the corner flag, and our replay monitor has just come back to life in front of us just before half-time.
It's handy that, isn't it, right on half-time where there's nothing to watch.
Well, we can catch up with the game, all the moments from the first half that we missed. Here's Milner, trying to clear for Liverpool, thumps it into the shins of Raul Jimenez. Ball goes behind, that'll be a goal kick for Liverpool. We've got a minute left at the end of this first half, and it's been a tough restart to the season for Jurgen Klopp and his team. No wins in the last 3 games, as we've been saying. The last time they went 4 without a win was back in October 2018, so that's over 4 years ago. But off to a flyer this evening, and they've played okay, don't you think, Michael?
Yeah, they have. And you know, obviously it was a good start from Wolves, but then whenever they've got the ball, I've really impressed with the forward passes from Liverpool, little tight areas, taking the ball, and they've made Wolves make that change, didn't they? They've gone from the back 4, put the back 3 in, and now they've gone sort of back to it with Johnny over the left-hand side, so Wolves are changing.
Oh, late chance for Liverpool. They've robbed Wolves of possession just outside the Wolves penalty area. Totti's trying to hold off Harvey Elliott and Cody Gakpo. He's done really well to get his body in the way of both, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. I don't think we've got too much longer left. I'm just going to keep an eye on Julen Lopetegui and Jurgen Klopp. Right, Klopp's off. Klopp's in that jogging mode and disappears straight down the tunnel. Julen Lopetegui tucks the notebook under his arm and stomps down the tunnel at Molineux. Michael Brown at half-time, Liverpool lead by a goal to nil.
Experience of Jurgen Klopp, he'll think, well, we're winning. I don't want to get into any sort of argument to deflect anything for what his players have done, but it's been an interesting first half. Wolves have certainly played the part. They had a couple of opportunities on the breakaway from Ait-Nouri where he possibly could have lobbed Kelleher. He didn't, and the rest is history as he broke down that right-hand side. Wonderful strike for the man in our picture, Harvey Elliott. Goalkeeper, questionably was he a little bit far out, but the dip on the shot did him.
Well, with the replay monitor now working at half-time, we can check that out and we can tell you what we think once the second half gets underway. We'll hand it back to Kelly Cates from Molineux, with Liverpool leading Wolves in this third round replay by a goal to nil.
And Michael, that's much better from Wolves compared to the first leg, compared to the game at the weekend. But what have you made of the overall match?
I think it's really been a good, entertaining, great atmosphere. The two managers, we talk about an FA Cup side replay, and changes have been made by Jurgen Klopp, feeling the pressure. Lopetegui still trying to prove a point in the Premier League, in England, coming to obviously try and improve this side. They've been at each other, which was really good for us to watch when the game had stopped. But you know, Liverpool, obviously the youngsters, Carvalho, he's got one in the net, offside, good runs from wider angles. Elliott as well, getting that wonderful goal, and it's been a pleasure at times to watch Thiago. Little skills, little flicks, forward passes, so really been an entertaining one. Adama Traore and Tsimikas really have been action areas.
Ryan Lowe is also watching this one. Ryan, it's had a sort of edge of intensity that's been missing, certainly from Liverpool games, but that's added to this one at Molineux.
Fantastic, Kel. I think I agree with Brownie and Alistair. I think, you know, Liverpool have played on the front foot. They've pressed well, they've regained the ball well in their half. Some good football, little flicks around the corners and getting people into good areas. Had some decent enough chances, and to finish it off was a great strike from Harvey Elliott. I was going to say before, I was saying to me lad, them FA Cup balls, Brownie, even you'd score from there the way they dip nowadays, mate. But yeah, well, again,
hit the valve, mate, hit the valve.
The valve, yeah. But they've had great energy, we said, didn't we? I know there's a few youngsters in the team, and maybe give it that impetus of pushing forward and passing forward and running forward. And Liverpool have been great at it, as you can see. Some clips coming on now. Elliott picks the ball up in his own half and runs 30 yards, 35 yards, and thinks, why not? Great left foot, and dipped over the keeper. So fantastic first half for me, Kelly.
Ryan, I want to ask you more about that FA Cup ball a little bit later on, but there's loads of games taking place at the moment, so maybe we'll do that at full time in this one. Ryan Lowe is with us, Michael Brown and Alistair Bruce Ball are watching Wolves against Liverpool at Molineux. Elsewhere, there are 3 other FA Cup third round replays taking place at the moment. There is also one FA Cup third round match taking place for the first time after there was a waterlogged pitch in the match between Forest Green and Birmingham. Let's head there first with Sahil Sahi.
Yeah, half-time here, Kelly. Forest Green 1, Birmingham 0. It's an entertaining cup tie with League One Forest Green leading, and deservedly so. Ben Stevenson with an unstoppable 25-yard hit which flew past Neil Etheridge, the visitors' goalkeeper, after a corner was only half cleared. Miles Peart-Harris, he came close to making it 2, denied by a fine save from Etheridge. Birmingham, lots of effort though, but blunt in the penalty area, and Forest Green, they're halfway to a date with Blackburn in round 4. Half-time here, Kelly. Forest Green 1, Birmingham 0.
Wigan against Luton at the DW with Katie Smith.
Yeah, it is Wigan 0, Luton Town 0. A bit flat here, to be honest. It's quite quiet at the DW. Well, the tannoy is loud, the fans are quiet. Luton, though, have had most of the possession, created far more chances. 2 decent headed efforts from Adebayo and Woodrow were their closest. Wigan's best chance from their only corner of the half, Watmore, a couple of yards out, so close to scrambling it in, but a Luton leg just getting in the way. Remember, Kolo Toure yet to win since taking charge of the Championship's bottom side in November, and they are yet to register a shot on target tonight. Goalless at the break.
Thanks, Katie. Off to the Liberty Stadium for Swansea Bristol City. Half-time with Chris Coles.
0-0, Kelly. All the pre-match evidence suggested a tight game, and that's exactly what we've got. It's all being played at a fairly sedate pace. You have it for a bit to knock around at the back, and then we'll do the same. Both coming up severely short in terms of chances created. Just 2 shots in the entire half. Swansea's Olivier Ncham testing Max O'Leary early on. The goalkeeper then having to react sharply to prevent an own goal from the edge of Zach Viner's boot. Bristol City yet to register an effort on or off target. And Kelly, there's a mascot penalty shootout taking place at half-time. Might not be the only shootout we see here tonight. Swansea 0, Bristol City 0.
Chris Coles, thank you very much. Of course, Chris will be with us through extra time, and if there is a penalty shootout, he'll bring us all the details of the eventual winner. Meanwhile, it was an 8 o'clock kickoff at the Hawthorn, so about half an hour, so just over, into that one with Lee Blakeman.
Yeah, West Brom leading Chesterfield by 1-0. Nowhere near as dramatic as the first tie was, but Chesterfield with a chance here. Ball played into the penalty area. West Brom able to clear. West Brom's lead given to them by John Swift. Really nicely taken goal. Edge of the area. Left foot curler into the bottom corner around Chesterfield goalkeeper Lucas Covell. And West Brom have had a few chances to make it too. Grady Diangana, who's been by far and away the most effective player on the pitch, he's just been played through one-on-one, hit his shot straight at the keeper, and then Reyes Cleary has just fired wide. But we've seen with Chesterfield already in the FA Cup, fight, battle, determination, they keep on going, and they're still very much in this one. 8 minutes to go until the break. West Brom 1, Chesterfield 0.
Lee, thank you very much for that. Some games taking place, or a couple of games taking place in the National League this evening. There were 4 of them that have been postponed. In the ones that have gone ahead, they're at half-time between Altrincham and Maidenhead. That one is 2-2, and Solihull Moors trailing Aldershot by 2-0. We'll keep you up to date with everything that's happening this evening. Our commentary match, of course, is Wolves against Liverpool. Liverpool leading that one by 1-0. More on that and more on the rest of the day's big sports stories after the BBC News with Stuart Clarkson.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Kelly, thank you. Labour has accused the Conservatives and the SNP of engineering a row about Scotland's new gender reform laws. Holyrood wants to make it easier for people to change their legal gender by lowering the minimum age of transition to 16 and removing the need for a medical diagnosis. Westminster says the proposals encroach on UK-wide equalities legislation. The Labour MP Rosie Duffield says the government's made the right decision.
But this particular bill is about self-ID. It just says that anybody can self-identify in whichever sex they want to. And that, of course, conflicts with women's rights because women need and have to have single-sex spaces. So if anyone, regardless of whether they're trans or genuinely having to go through all of that stuff, can just decide that they would like to apply for the certificate and go into whichever spaces they want to. And that causes huge amounts of problem.
Around 70,000 university and college union members are to go on strike again on the 1st of February. Teachers in England and Wales will also be on strike on the same day, as will train drivers who've announced more dates for industrial action today. The Metropolitan Police says a man has been charged with an assault on Arsenal's Aaron Ramsdale after the North London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday. 35-year-old Joseph Watts is due in court on Friday. Paperchase has lined up administrators and put itself up for sale. The high street stationery firm was bought out of administration in January 2020 2021, but was sold again last year. The company employs 820 people in 106 stores across the UK and Ireland. Radio 2's Ken Bruce has announced he's leaving the station in March to join commercial rival Greatest Hits Radio. His mid-morning show currently has the biggest audience of any radio programme in the UK.
Nothing stays the same forever. It has been a tremendously happy time for me here. I've made so many friends. I've worked with many wonderful colleagues. But I feel that after 45 years, as it's been, of full-time broadcasting on BBC Radio of some sort or another, it is time for a change.
And Prince Harry's memoir Spare has become the fastest-selling non-fiction book in the UK since records began in the late 90s. It sold more than 467,000 copies in a week.
One of the biggest football events in the calendar is upon us.
That is absolutely sensational!
That's right, the January transfer window is defying the British winter and is wedged wide open.
The Transfer Gossip Daily Podcast with Maisie Adam.
Every day throughout the month, I'll be joined by some of the country's best football journalists to dissect the day's most tantalising transfer rumours from across the world, all in under 10 minutes.
What will happen next?
Keep up to date with all the comings and goings fresh from the rumour mill with the Transfer Gossip Daily Podcast. Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport with Kelly Cates.
Second half commentary coming up from Molineux for Wolves against Liverpool in their FA Cup third round replay. Liverpool currently leading by 1-0. We'll be back there very shortly and we'll have all the latest from the Australian Open tennis after 10 o'clock tonight. In rugby union, Wales and Scotland have both named their squads for the Six Nations, which begins in 2.5 weeks. Returning head coach Warren Gatland has made Scarlets hooker Ken Owens the new Wales captain. Rhys Patchell and Rhys Webb are amongst those brought back into the squad. Here is Gatland on why he chose Owens as captain.
Firstly, he's a great man. And looking at the squad, I think if we're picking a team, the way he played in the autumn, I know he'd come back from injury. I thought he was outstanding in the autumn, and he's probably the number one in that position at the moment. And there are a few other positions where people will be fighting for their spots. He's going to be under some pressure as well, and hopefully everyone's in the same boat. Did contemplate whether we picked a young captain and looked at that for the future. But talking to the other coaches, there's probably a few contenders in that sort of post the World Cup, and obviously there'll be quite a significant change in the squad post the World Cup. So Ken's been picked to do that job at the moment, and I think he'll do a great job.
And our rugby union correspondent Chris Jones is with us. Chris, it sounds as though whether or not he thinks that Owens is a great man, as he said, that this is going to be a short-term appointment as captain.
Yeah, and I think that's completely understandable at the age of 36. No one can doubt Ken Owens' attitude when he gets on the pitch. He's one of the great Welshmen, one of the great Welsh hookers, and one of the great ambassadors for the country of Wales. But at 36, he's not going to be doing this job forever. In fact, he told us on the Rugby Union Weekly a year or two ago that he was contemplating retirement during the pandemic. So the fact that he's still going at this age and being named Wales captain is a remarkable effort from Owens. But yeah, you do get the sense that Gatland is treating this period from January through to November as one sort of short-term period with the Six Nations and World Cup in mind, and then it'll be a big rebuild job after 2023.
Obviously, that's one of the bigger decisions that he's had to make, but it's his first squad after returning. So what do they tell us about the squad and about the job he has ahead of him?
Yeah, it's a really interesting one because Wales have been inconsistent through 2022 under Wayne Pivac, big sort of turnover of players. And it's the age of the squad, I think, that will concern some Wales fans. And even though Gatland has spoken about needing to freshen up the squad over the next year, he still has brought back some senior players, such as Rhys Webb and Rhys Patchell. Interesting that Aaron Wainwright's back. He's a guy that's long been a favourite of Gatland's in his previous stint as Wales coach. Owen Williams has been playing really well for the Ospreys. And there are some players here, Kelly, selected on form. Cardiff's Teddy Williams and Mason Grady, and Rhys Davis and Kieran Williams of the Ospreys. They've had two cracking wins in the Champions Cup in recent weeks, so Gatland would be mad not to tap into that, given that success in Europe for the Welsh sides has been pretty scarce in recent times.
And Chris, what are the headlines from the Scotland squad?
One big headline for me, Kelly, is the selection of Rory McConaughey. Now, that name is going to be familiar to England rugby fans because it was at the 2019 World Cup that McConaughey was playing for England. Not just playing, but scoring a try in the USA game. But remember, a little bit ago, World Rugby changed their eligibility rules. So if you are eligible through birth or through a parent or grandparent to play for another country and you stand down for 3 years, as McConaughey has done, you can switch allegiance. And that's what happened. McConaughey's been named in the Scotland squad today. Now, when this ruling came in, I think a lot of people naively assumed it would only really be applicable to the Pacific Islands, say with the New Zealand All Black, who's not on the All Black scene anymore, going to play for the country of their birth or their parents' or grandparents' birth, Samoa, Tonga or Fiji. And while that is happening, it is also being exploited, this law, by the Tier 1 nations, by the Six Nations. And we've got this fascinating and controversial prospect of McConaughey playing for England and Scotland in the space of 3 years. That's never happened before. He could even go to 2 different World Cups with 2 different sides in the Six Nations. So that's certainly a big talking point. Other men involved for Scotland from an uncapped point of view. Locke Cameron Henderson's been playing really well in the Premiership for Leicester. Munster fly half Ben Healy, who's moving to Edinburgh next season, and Glasgow Stafford McDowell and Ian Ritchie. And Jamie Ritchie is going to captain the side. Big Calcutta Cup showdown on the first day.
And Chris, look, it's been a really busy day. Eddie Jones has been speaking as well after his appointment as Australia head coach. What's he been saying?
Yeah, I think Eddie Jones has just played a blinder here, hasn't he? To leave England 6 weeks ago and then come straight in to go back to his native Australia. And he's talking about unfinished business, about the potential of playing England in that World Cup quarter-final and how he perhaps wouldn't be on best terms with the Twickenham suits that dispensed with his services. There's so much to look forward to in 2023 with that World Cup and, of course, the Six Nations just around the corner.
Chris, thanks very much. Lots more on the Six Nations, as Chris said, over the next few weeks. So make sure that you're subscribed to the Rugby Union Weekly, and that'll be going daily during the tournament. You can head over to BBC Sounds, and the latest episode features the new England head coach, Steve Borthwick. So lots to look ahead to over the coming weeks. Tonight, we're keeping you across all things FA Cup. There are 4 FA Cup third round replays taking place. 8 o'clock for the Hawthorns, West Brom against Chesterfield, Swansea take on Bristol City, Wigan take on Luton. There's one FA Cup third round first go at it between Forest Green and Birmingham. Our commentary match, though, comes to you from Molineux, where it's Wolves 0, Liverpool 1 heading into the second half with Michael Brown and Alistair Bruce Ball.
Thank you, Kelly, which is why Yulan Lopetegui's making a double change at half-time. A couple of the youngsters coming off. So Dexter Lembakisa, the right back, is coming off, and Joe Hodge, the 20-year-old midfielder, is off. Mateus Nunes comes on into the midfield, and Nelson Semedo will take up duties on the right-hand side. So we're just about ready to get underway for the second half. We managed to get downstairs for a quick cup of tea at half-time and get warm. Michael Brown, I can tell you, is in mischievous mood. We had the mini power cut at the start of the game. There was a lot of conversation about that in the press room at half-time. But Michael, you decided to pretend to one of our broadcast colleagues that we hadn't gone off air at all, and he was rather panicky about that.
He was panicking, the engineer. I said our engineer was that good, we didn't go off air, and he couldn't believe it. But
he looked really worried.
The other live broadcaster was a bit disappointed, weren't they?
20 seconds gone in the second half. I stood back and enjoyed that.
They were off for 10 minutes, by the way. We were off for 5, I think, all 3,
okay.
So we did okay.
Very good. Right.
Not that uncompetitive.
No, absolutely not. No. Second half underway. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. I'll give you the lineups in a second. Totti is playing a long ball out from the back to 8. Nouri wide on the left-hand side. James Milner straight into it. Start of the second half, comes thundering into a challenge, wins the ball, and it goes out for a Wolves throw. So we'll see what Wolves can do with this. And then we'll take you to the Hawthorns. That one kicked off at 8 o'clock tonight. That's our commentary on Sports Extra this evening. Last we heard, West Brom were leading Chesterfield of the National League by 1-0. We're a minute into the second half here, and we'll have to see how the changes affect it for Wolves. Here's Totti, away from Gakpo inside the Liverpool half. Plays back to Collins. Collins gives it to Ruben Neves. Neves fires a low pass across to Nelson Semedo, his first touch of the game. Traore tries to lay it off for Moutinho. Liverpool win it back. Neves in with a challenge for Wolves on the halfway line. And by Bajcetic passes to Milner on his right-hand side. Plays a little 1-2 with Harvey Elliott. Milner then plays the ball into midfield. Bajcetic, all he can do is poke it out for a Wolves throw. So Lee Blakeman, half-time details, West Brom Chesterfield, please.
West Brom leading Chesterfield by 1-0. Feels about right on the balance of things. John Swift's goal midway through the half separates the teams, but Grady Diangana has had chances to extend West Brom's lead further. Chesterfield continuing to battle, continuing to fight. Bailey Clements has forced West Brom keeper Button into a smart save. At the break, though, no upset as things stand. West Brom 1, Chesterfield 0.
As I say, commentary continues over on Sports Extra. The only other goal in the ties this evening, Forest Green Rovers of League One leading Birmingham City the championship by 1-0. That one's back underway in the second half. That one, as Kelly was saying, an original third round tie, got postponed on FA Cup third round weekend because of a waterlogged pitch. So if it finishes level after 90 minutes, then that is how that will finish. They will go to a replay. Any of the replays tonight finish level after 90 minutes. We're on into extra time and possibly penalties. Another goal this evening, Wigan Luton, Katie Smith.
Oh, this has certainly woken things up. Less than a minute on the clock in the second half, and it is Wigan 1, Luton 0. A corner on the right hand side, only their second of the match, and it was Asgard on the edge of the D, lurking, ready to pounce, and fired it home. What a strike. And I was here a year ago when he scored a dramatic winner in the third round to take him through then. Perhaps he's done it again. 1-0.
3 minutes gone in the second half at Molineux. Wolves attacking down the right. Joe Gomez comes out from his centre-back position to tackle Adama Traore. Wolves win a throw on the right. So Nelson Semedo in this right wing-back position. Ait Nouri is the left wing-back. You've still got the back three of Collins, Totti and Johnny as the left-sided centre-back. João Moutinho, Ruben Neves and now Mateus Nunes as a midfield three. Traore and Raul Jimenez make up the rest of the Wolves lineup. 8 changes made by Jurgen Klopp tonight after the very disappointing performance against Brighton at the weekend. I'll give you their team in a second. They've won the ball off Nunez just outside the penalty area. Gakpo is fouled by Totti inside his own half. Free kick Liverpool. So 8 changes. Quevin Kelleher in goal. Back 4, Milner, Gomez, Konate, Tsimikas, Thiago, Naby Keita and Bajcetic as the midfield 3. Harvey Elliott the goal scorer. Fabio Carvalho, who also had the ball in the net in the first half, that was quickly ruled out for offside. And Gakpo, as he was at Brighton on the weekend, playing in the central striker's role. Mo Salah is one of those on the bench for Liverpool. The ball is back with Wolves goalkeeper Jose Sarr. He passes it across to his right to Nathan Collins. Collins makes a few yards to the edge of the box.
Just looking at Wolves' setup, it's changing all the time. Johnny sort of goes into that left back position and Totte comes across, Collins to the right hand side, Semedo out to the right, leaving Adama Traore right at the top of the pitch and Ait Nouri on the opposite side with Jimenez and Moutinho just in behind. So it's a two-man midfield of Neves and Nunes.
Diagonal ball looking for Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri's going to get there first before Milner hits the first time cross, comes off. Milner goes behind for a corner. Another goal at the New Lawn. Sahel Sahi.
Birmingham 1. The manager John Eustace made a triple substitution. It's paid off. Lukas Jutkovic, the captain, with a goal from the edge of the area. Forest Green 1, Birmingham 1.
Corner for Wolves in front of the stand colour stand away to our left hand side. I can see some fans still making their way back to their seats after half time. Ait Nouri's ball into the far post, beats everyone. Neves takes a touch, tees himself up for a volley, skidding low shot into the penalty area. Hopeful shouts from the Wolves fans for a handball. Carvalho taking a little bit of a risk in the left back position, plays the ball out wide to the left hand side. Tsimikas goes down, was caught in the lower back, shall we say, and he's writhing around in agony, and Liverpool get themselves a free kick. But I think you're right, Michael. I think they've gone back to how they started in the first half. So Ait Nouri wide left, Traore wide right, Jimenez through the middle, and a back four with Johnny as left back. Yeah, it's ridiculous just going back to that Neves chance. We're seeing if there is any arm. Keita, as it comes across, does it hit sort of his shoulder? Ali, I mean, why does he actually tee himself up like that? There's only him who could volley it from the sort of wider angle and say, right, I'm just going to loop this in. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to knock it up and I'm going to sidewind it right across the face of it. Yeah, the Thomas Partey strike, the volley that you see, that was unbelievable, wasn't it? It was
Wonderful strike.
Yeah.
Deserved more, we'd still be talking about him.
6.5 minutes gone in the second half. Long ball downfield from Quaveen Kelleher. These two teams playing for the right to go to Brighton in the fourth round a week on Sunday. And if that were Liverpool, then they would be looking to take a measure of revenge for what happened last Saturday. Here's Naby Keita for Liverpool. Tries a shot from range, gets it all wrong and bobbles it well wide of the target. Goal kick for Wolves. Another goal at Wigan. Katie Smith.
And it's an equaliser that didn't last long. Wigan Athletic 1, Luton Town 1. Corley Woodrow from close range, palmed away excellently by Ben Amos, but back to Woodrow, and this time he wasn't going to miss. It is 1-1.
Wolves bringing the ball out from the back, trailing Liverpool 1-0. Totti launches one diagonally to the right hand side, looking for Traore. Tsimikas heads it away. Nelson Semedo's left that one behind. Carvalho speeds away from him. Semedo catches up with him, makes the tackle. The Wolves fans applaud as he plays it back to Ruben Neves. Neves strokes it across his own half to Totti. Totti tries to move it on wide left to Ait Nouri, finds his man. Ait Nouri back in field to Johnny. Forwards here to Moutinho, wide left again to Ait Nouri, up against Milner and Konate. Milner makes the challenge and wins it. Harvey Elliott's given the ball away. Here's Ait Nouri on the turn, getting away from Keita. Cross comes in and Kelleher off his line quickly, dives forward and makes the catch.
It's amazing, sometimes you see wonderful skill from Elliott, but when you're still learning the game, you make a mistake with a pass backwards.
Kelleher under a little bit of pressure, had to clear quickly with his right foot. Totti wins the header against Harvey Elliott on the halfway line. Both men to ground. Heavy clash between the two. They're both okay though.
Elliott just might have caught it on the top of his thigh, wasn't it? When you come into such a big man. Totti, I thought, oh, is he going to get back up? But good spell from Wolves, good pressure. Great area of the pitch, wasn't it? Moutinho coming across, he's getting on the half turn, and Ait Nouri getting his cross in. It was unlucky. Just comfort for the goalkeeper.
Milner's throwing to Thiago. He's bundled out of possession by Nathan Collins. The ball is back inside the Wolves half. And here is Totti playing across to his right hand side. So the recent FA Cup ties have gone Wolves' way. They have a winning record against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Liverpool's last FA Cup win against Wolves was all the way back in 1952. So they're hoping to change that this evening. Here's Johnny. Johnny gives it to Totti. Totti's allowed to bring it forward up towards the halfway line. Again, drives another one across the field. Semedo athletically leaps high, but he can't keep the header in play. Throw into Liverpool on the left.
I think that works though. Do you know that big diagonal pass? I think against Liverpool, if I think you've got to try it, especially in the wider areas. You've got Traore, you've got to. Semedo will take it, then knock it onto Traore, but so you can see Lopetegui, all the staff around him, wondering how he can change it.
Konate's ball forward, intercepted. Ait Nouri heads it into the middle of the park. Thiago is there first for Liverpool. Deliberately side foots one wide to Milner. Lovely first touch from Harvey Elliott. Controls it beautifully. Onto Thiago, just inside the Wolves half. Gakpo makes a run. Gakpo's tackled by Collins. Throw in Liverpool. Just short of the Wolves penalty area on the right. Nice to get a good close-up look of Gakpo actually tonight. Third appearance for Liverpool. Second time in this central striker's role. Saw him a few times at the World Cup when he managed to get himself a goal in all the group games.
I wonder where he's going to be, where he's going to actually end up on the pitch for Liverpool, in what position. He'll just be devastated, won't he, with the results that have come. You just want to play your way in, and just needs an opportunity, he needs a goal.
Yeah, not short of confidence though. Took his goals brilliantly in Qatar, and here he is wrestling with Totti, getting his body in the way, trying to turn. Gakpo lays it into the path of Carvalho, gets it back from Naby Keita. Now he's looking for a turn on the penalty spot. Traore whips the ball away from him, clears it up to the halfway line.
See how quick he can change Carvalho in that tightest spot, in and around you, just stops, waits, flicks it over the oncoming defender and turns away. Wonderful ability.
Kelleher, the Liverpool keeper, outside his penalty area, clears downfield with his left foot. Nunez loses it. That's Mateus Nunez of Wolves, loses it on the halfway line. He claims he was fouled. Picks himself up, but he's chasing the play now. Here's Carvalho again, turns 360 degrees to play it out to his left to Tsimikas. Tsimikas rolls it back to Thiago. Thiago across to Naby Keita, 25 yards out. Carvalho looking for the pass into Gakpo. Back to Elliott, wide to Milner, floated cross into the far post. Collins heads it away. Ait Nouri with a second header. Ball falls to Jimenez midway inside his own half. Thiago comes sliding in. That was an ill-advised challenge. He gets a yellow card. Massive roar rings around Molineux, and guess who? Julen Lopetegui puts his hands above his head and applauds the decision.
Just watch this space with Jurgen Klopp and Lopetegui. But ultimately, you know, the referee's given himself decisions to make by not making them earlier, not putting a stop to it. I'm surprised he made that challenge, me.
Yeah.
Do you know, for somebody like him who's been controlling possession, control his sort of aggression, that's the area now, Ali.
Yeah, this is where Wolves are dangerous. Traore on the ball, at speed on the right-hand side, running into that Liverpool penalty area, just chips a little ball back to Moutinho. In turn, lays it back to Neves. The Wolves fans implore him to shoot. He curls a pass to the left to Ait-Nouri, who gently lays it back here to Johnny. Neves across to Nathan Collins. Collins 30 yards out, goes to his right. Semedo's cross is blocked. Tsimikas gets to that first by the byline, drills a low pass out from the back. Thiago on the ball for Liverpool, plays it into midfield. Keita's bumped off it. Thiago's there to help him and knocks it out to Milner. Milner sees the run of Elliott down the right hand side. Elliott up to the halfway line, tries a little trick. Ait-Nouri sort of falls into him, and
he's
Liverpool do
down.
get the free kick.
He's already down, isn't he, Ali?
Yeah.
It's great feet, but because he's falling, and I understand why the referee gives it again, Ait-Nouri disappointed. There might have been a tiny little nudge, but they're getting frustrated, aren't they, these Wolves fans, staff, players.
Yeah, he's on his way down. That's not Ait-Nouri who's brought him down. You're right, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Approaching the hour mark in the game. Carvalho, 4 quick step overs there. Tsimikas supporting on the outside. Totti clears his cross straight back to Tsimikas, and then Collins clears the ball into Tsimikas, and behind it goes for a goal kick. Latest in the FA Cup tonight. In fact, let's take you to one of the games. Swansea against Bristol City. Chris Coles.
Still 0-0, but signs of much needed life as we approach the hour. Swansea now knocking on the door. 3 really good chances. Another effort there from Congreve, well saved. Firstly, Latabodier's shot well saved. Joel Pirro then fired wide from close range, and Olivier Sham shooting through a cloud of players. Didn't get that all-important touch. Still 0-0, but the opening goal feels close.
Yeah, that one is a third-round replay, so if it's level at 90 minutes on, they go into extra time and possibly penalties. We've got commentary of West Brom against Chesterfield over on Sports Extra. Half-time in that one, 8 o'clock kick-off. The Championship team leading the National League team by a goal to 0. Here comes Semedo. Bit of skill gets him away from Tsimikas. Plays it into the feet of Traore. Semedo continues the run. Konate's seen that. He comes across for Liverpool, intercepts, plays it back to Kelleher. Kelleher side foots it away with his right foot. Gakpo chests it down. He's come all the way back from an offside position. So that'll be a free kick for Wolves, and they've taken that quickly. And here's Johnny. Goes wide to Ait-Nouri. Ait-Nouri back to Nunez. And Nunez wide to Traore, who leaps, chests the ball down, but it just runs to the feet of Carvalho.
Some really good football there from Wolves, weren't they? Wanted to play forward, and it was all about defending. Can you sniff out danger from Liverpool? Is that forward run? Konate, wonderful position. Here they come, Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves have won it back off Liverpool inside their half. Ait-Nouri gets it on the left. Pacey cross into Nunez. The layoff to Traore gets right underneath it and smashes it miles over the crossbar and into that Stan Cullis stand behind the Liverpool goal.
It was a ridiculous finish. He's got to do better than that. Great work down the left-hand side. Overloads into Ait-Nouri. Good delivery. Jimenez just turns, and his touch is really good in front of, obviously, Adama Traore. And when he's coming on the edge of the 18-yard box, right in the centre of the pitch, he plays it over like American football, doesn't he? It's that far over.
Yeah, it's high. Here's Kelleher, Liverpool's keeper tonight. Alisson on the bench, Fabinho on the bench, Salah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Andrew Robertson, Joel Matip, Nat Phillips, and young Ben Doak, the Liverpool substitutes available to Jurgen Klopp tonight. Now deadlock broken at Swansea. Chris.
Swansea were knocking on the door, but it's Bristol City who strike a lethal counter-attack from one end of the field to the other. The ball broke to Mark Sykes, and he slotted it beyond Andy Fisher to give Bristol City the lead. Swansea 0, Bristol City 1.
Winners of that one at home to West Brom as it stands at the moment in the 4th round. West Brom leading Chesterfield by a goal to 0. Thiago with a challenge on the halfway line. Jimenez has gone down. No free kick. Don't forget Thiago's on the yellow card. He now passes the ball wide to Tsimikas. Tsimikas' cross is deep, and it's beyond Gakpo, it's beyond Jose Sarr, and it's behind for a goal kick. So it'll be interesting to have a look at that challenge again, Michael Brown, on our monitor.
Well, it will be after Thiago just getting that yellow card, and he goes tight. And you're understanding why they stay down. As you just see the rerun here, he wins the ball so well, so clean. Referee on top of it. As you see it back there, Ali, just a little poke with his left foot. Good decision.
Yeah, it was Neves, beg your pardon, not Jimenez, who went down, but Michael Brown spot on. Touch on the ball from Thiago. Well played, Andre Mariner, not giving in to the pleas of the home fans. Mateusz Cunha and Daniel Podence both coming on for Wolves. Podence, who rifled that shot in to win a big Premier League game against West Ham here on Saturday. Mateusz Cunha, I mentioned in the first half, on loan from Atletico Madrid. So Wolves trying everything in the second half to get back into the tie. Bajcetic slides in to take the ball off Jimenez. Back it comes to Gomez for Liverpool, across to Tsimikas, to Bajcetic, passes out from the back beautifully. Thiago being chased by Neves. Thiago's skills, beats Neves, then just rolls it into the path of Naby Keita in a central position. Elliott wants it wide. Gakpo's in with the little dink over the keeper. Jose Sá makes the block, and Gakpo was offside anyway. It wouldn't have counted. It's still Wolves 0, Liverpool 1.
Thiago again, he's under pressure, he's moving it away from oncoming people, he's on a tight situation, he sort of uses it, flicks it with his left like a Cruyff to go back into the space, and then sets a pass off. It was fantastic. See it now on the monitor, Ali.
Yeah.
He's just there, he's done it into Naby. The offside was right, wasn't it?
You'll know this, Michael, having been up against the very best technicians in the Premier League in your time. How annoying is it when you're chasing?
You know you've got him, you're closing it down, so you're actually sending him your way, but he's so used to that's fine, okay, I'll go that way. But if I'm to chop it back with the opposite foot to change direction, not many can do that under that sort of situation, and then deliver the pass.
Yeah, but my question remains, how annoying is that when you're chasing?
It's very annoying. You've got to be careful not to make the challenge, that's for sure.
Totti's ball
I might
over
have
the top.
took one there for a
I was going to say.
said, come here, Michael, yellow card again.
Here's Thiago again.
It's nice not to take out of wages every week.
Bajcetic's trip. That was a nice turn as well. He's an interesting player to watch. So 18 years old, and he's got the build of a teenager at the moment as well. You feel he's going to fill out a bit. He's got sort of straggly dark hair, socks rolled down, wiry sort of lanky build, but he's a good player on the ball in that Liverpool midfield. Podence is coming on for João Moutinho.
So he's going to get the second one at the top of the pitch, isn't he?
Yes.
That's what he's going to do. I was just wondering, would he take Jimenez off, would he get another one higher up wherever he possibly can? Aït-Nouri just drops in for Johnny. See that, Podence going higher up on the left-hand side. So the balance is there, but obviously that the extra midfield player now is going to be more of a striker, just dropping in on the back of Liverpool's holding player.
So Johnny and Moutinho off in that double change for Wolves. Mo Salah is getting ready to enter the arena, and Curtis Jones, who's on his way back from another injury, gets a final word from Jurgen Klopp, a high five. He's going to play a bit of football this evening as well. So we've got 25 minutes to play. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Goal at the Hawthorns, another goal at the Hawthorns, Lee Blakeman.
Long way back for Chesterfield now. West Brom 2, Chesterfield 0. The National League side caught with the ball inside their own penalty area. One touch too many. Tom Rogic pounced, drilled it into the top corner, and West Brom now will look more comfortable. West Brom 2, Chesterfield 0, with 4 minutes gone in the second half.
Triple change for Liverpool, actually. Nat Phillips is going to come on as well. So Gakpo gets a big old hug from Jurgen Klopp and says thank you very much for your efforts this evening. Fabio Carvalho is replaced by Curtis Jones, and who is going to be coming off for Nat Phillips?
Milner.
James Milner. So the oldest player to score for Liverpool in the FA Cup goes out the window this evening.
Well, thanks very much for that stat.
But we got it in anyway.
We got it in. It was a really good one, wasn't it?
We'll use it another time. That's Jed Ray's stat that I nabbed this evening. So thank you again, Jed. Right, last we heard, Forest Green Rovers 1, Birmingham 1, but there's been another goal. Sohail Sahi.
Yeah, and it's gone to the Championship side, Alistair. They lead now after trailing by a goal to nil. They lead by 2 goals to 1. It was a corner kick which wasn't cleared and easily side-footed home by one of the centre halves from Birmingham, Kevin Long. Just before that, I should quickly mention, Alistair, tremendous save from the Birmingham goalkeeper. Forest Green so unfortunate not to be 2-1 in front, but they're behind by 2 goals to 1.
Yeah, winners of that one away to Blackburn. Bristol City are 1 up away at Swansea. Winners of that one, as it stands at the moment, at home to West Brom, who are leading Chesterfield by 2-0. Commentary continues on Sports Extra. It's still Wigan 1, Luton 1. Winners of that one at home to Grimsby in the 4th round. Winners of this one, with Liverpool leading Wolves by 1-0 away to Brighton. All the reaction, interviews, debate, analysis, opinions in the Football Daily podcast, available for you as always via the BBC Sounds app. And if you're enjoying the Australian Open tennis, Andy Murray with an incredible win again this morning, the 5-setter against Matteo Berrettini, on air from 7 o'clock, Sports Extra tomorrow morning. And Emma Raducanu is in action tomorrow, I think due to be on court around about 8 o'clock against Coco Gauff. So that is what you've got to look forward to from Melbourne tomorrow with the team. Neves plays the diagonal out to Semedo. Semedo has overhit the pass. He's annoyed with himself. As soon as he hit it, his hands went up to his head and he's played it straight behind for a goal kick to Liverpool.
If Adama Traore doesn't catch it, that just tells you, the pace of him, the slight change for Liverpool's defence. We see Gomez going into that right back position, Nat Phillips is going left side of defence, and Curtis Jones going out on the left, sort of a front three, with Mo Salah going to be that 9 or dropping in a little bit deeper, almost a false 9, but he will get in behind when he can.
He scored one of the goals, of course, in the first game at Anfield in the 2-2. That was another one that Wolves had a little bit of an issue with. Headed back to him by Totti, with Salah clearly in an offside position, but Wolves feeling that Totti kind of had to head the ball because he couldn't presume that Salah was offside. The ball is chipped out towards Curtis Jones on the left. Jones plays it infield to Thiago. He's been a joy to watch this evening. Here's Salah, collects it, turns, runs into Totti, sticks out a left leg. The ball finds Neves, chests it down. It's back with Collins. Curtis Jones has run all the way over from the left-hand side for Liverpool to try and put some pressure on Totti. Totti plays it to Collins.
That's where they can get out there now. Do you know when obviously Thiago's now got to go out the left-hand side? He doesn't need to come across the pitch that far.
Here we go. Traore at full speed, zipping forward. Pass forward is intercepted. Ball runs to Semedo. Back it comes to Mateus Nunes. Ball out to the left, chested down by Aït-Nouri, who just dismissively stabs it back in to Totti, to Collins, and now Ruben Neves, 10 yards inside the Liverpool half, looking for the run on the right from Semedo. He's found him. Semedo's cross, in it comes, headed away by Gomez to the edge of the box. Nunez takes a touch there. Curtis Jones tries to play a clever little pass out from the back. Neves forward for Wolves to win it. Totti thought about a shot from long range, runs into traffic here, and Thiago cleverly puts a toe on the ball and sends Keita running away to the halfway line. He's caught by Aït-Nouri. Wolves have it back.
Oh, about the pass into Semedo. Fantastic. Delivery's good. Fantastic position from Gomez.
Oh, great vision from Neves. Great pass. Finds Traore on the right-hand side. A few to aim at in the middle. The cross comes in. Gomez sticks out a right boot. And he just threaded it between 3 Wolves players. It wasn't the cut back to Jimenez, it wasn't the ball to the near post, and it wasn't the ball to the far post. Salah goes chasing a through ball here. Collins deals with it for Wolves.
Great defending Collins, and wondering straight away, aren't you? Mo Salah, I best go very quickly because he will get in behind you and he will put you under pressure. Good chances down the right.
Yeah, they're looking as always for Adama Traore. Why wouldn't you? Here's Totti to Neves.
Look at that again.
Oh, it's a lovely pass into the path of Aït-Nouri. Couple of touches. Gomez tries to close him down. Chip ball into the box. Here he is. Cunha chests it down. Forced down to the byline. Trying to get it back to Podence. Liverpool close off that option. Kanate clears with his right foot. Only as far as Ruben Neves. A little bit of pressure building from the home team here. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. 20 minutes to play in this FA Cup 3rd round replay.
Neves is getting some joy, isn't he? Just circulating, he's coming back to him, he's making forward passes, splitting Liverpool's defence. He's go again.
Here we go, looking for that ball over the top. It's another nice one into the box, little volleyed pass, looking for the cross in from Nunez, but it's easily caught by Kelleher, who bowls it out to Thiago, puts a lovely layoff to Curtis Jones. Liverpool think they should have had a free kick, they don't get it. Here's Mateus Cunha, little flick forward to Jimenez, gets it back. Was he tripped on the edge of the box? Yes, he was. That is a free kick for Wolves, right on the edge of the D, and that'll be a yellow card for recent arrival Nat Phillips. Another goal at the Hawthorns. Lee Blakeman.
Looks like it's all over now. West Brom 3-0 in the lead against Chesterfield. Corner swung in. It fell for Livermore, who was allowed time and space to turn in the area, drilled it past Coverlon, and it's a long, long way back for Chesterfield now. They're 3 down at the Hawthorns.
So Wolves have the free kick here, thank you Lee. Nat Phillips stuck a leg out. Did it make any contact with Mateusz Cunha?
I'm not sure he did.
No.
And he'd be disappointed with that. The first angle we've seen, obviously a long way away. It's a great move, wasn't it? Flick from Jimenez inside, followed it on, tried to flick it over the top.
You see, that's one, Michael. VAR can't get involved with that because it's not in the penalty area. It's outside the box. What if this gets stuck in the top corner? That's a dive.
Well, it is a dive, you know.
Or is he having to take evasive action?
He's got to get out of the way of the situation.
So
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, possibly. But they've had a really good spell last few moments, and you've seen the replays now of Adama Traore whizzing the ball across and good defending. Now it's a really interesting situation. We've seen a bit of cramp from the Liverpool player. I wasn't quite sure who it was.
No. Free kick Wolves. Ruben Neves will definitely fancy this. Ait-Nouri's there if you want to hit it with a left foot. Thiago in conversation with Andre Mariner. Mo Salah at the moment standing 2 yards from the ball, so nothing's going to happen in the meantime. Andre Mariner's marched the Liverpool wall back. Quibeen Kelleher's getting them in position.
If I play for Wolves now, I'm moving Mo Salah right out of the way, straight away, so I can get a good eye line. I want to see where the goalkeeper is, concentrate on the target. 2 people on, left foot, right to centre. Can he score? Because he's had a great few moments.
Well, Neves has been striking the ball beautifully tonight. I wouldn't be at all surprised if this ends up in the back of the Liverpool net. Deep breath from the Wolves man. Comes towards the ball now with his right foot just over the bar. Think Kelleher would have had it covered because it wasn't heading for the top corner. Neves thinks that should be a corner. He's convinced that Kelleher got a touch. Andre Mariner is unmoved. Another goal in the game between Swansea and Bristol City. Chris Coles.
Equaliser for Swansea. Swansea 1, Bristol City 1, and Ollie Cooper with his very first touch he was on, and matter of seconds later tapped in from a free kick. Both of their previous meetings this season ended 1-1, and that's the score here with 15 minutes to play.
Okay, potentially extra time in that one tonight. Canate trying to dribble out from the back. Strong challenge on him by Neves. No free kick. Pedence taking his time to play his pass. Couldn't find a teammate. And here's Thiago opening things up for Liverpool. Plays wide to Curtis Jones on the left-hand side. This game still very much in the balance. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1.
No, it's brilliant, isn't it? End-to-end. Jurgen Klopp looks like he could be making some changes as well. He realises under pressure.
Jones ball back in field to Thiago. Can he weave some more magic? Wide to Gomez. Gomez looking for Harvey Elliott, who was coming back from the offside position. Gomez played a ball into space. No one there to chase it. That's a goal kick for Wolves.
Your stats back on. It's coming.
Oh, Ben Doak.
It's back.
Ben Doak could be the youngest player ever to score for Liverpool in the FA Cup. The 17-year-old Scottish winger is coming on for a 5th appearance for the club with the number 50 on his back. He's coming on as the young Tyro.
He's saying why. Look, Thiago's saying why. Do I really need to be changed? There's something else wrong because there was cramp in the middle of the pitch.
Oh, because Bajcetic is
what he's saying. Yeah. Is it the wrong number or is it him?
Bajcetic was the one who went down with cramp and he sat down again. So Thiago is saying, wait, it's both of them.
It's both of them. Fabinho going to play in the holding role.
Yeah, I love that from Thiago. Hey, listen, I'm having a brilliant game here, Jurgen.
He's allowed to, mate. The flick he's just done before again that we didn't even manage to mention because Wolves had an attack.
But I think also, and you've mentioned this already tonight, Michael, Chelsea at Anfield on Saturday. I mean, Thiago's starting that game, isn't he, for Liverpool? So Jurgen Klopp is thinking, let's just take care of him and hope this lot can see the rest of the game out. They're leading Wolves by 1-0. So Thiago and Bajcetic off in that Liverpool change. 15 minutes to play in the game.
Harvey Elliott just joins the midfield 3 and Ben Doak come out onto the right hand side, so a different role for Harvey Elliott, the goal scorer.
Jose Sarr dances around Ben Doak inside his own box. Lovely 1-2 between Totti and Ait-Nouri. Here's Ait-Nouri on the charge. Good ball in field to Cunha. Cunha stretching to try and find Jimenez through the middle. Liverpool break up play and Curtis Jones is onto it in the centre circle. Chased by Ruben Neves, who may be glad to see the back of Thiago. Here's Naby Keita. Keita to his right finds Gomez. Lopetegui continues to applaud once more from his team. And Gomez comes back to Canate, closed down by Jimenez. Jimenez has got him under pressure. Canate gets away from him and is able to roll it back to Nat Phillips inside the Liverpool half. Phillips in turn goes back to the goalkeeper Kelleher, who gives it a good old unceremonious hoof right down the middle of the pitch. Headed forward by Elliott to Jones. So Elliott, it's his goal that still separates the two teams early in this game. The dipping shot over Jose Sarr, which at the moment is taking Liverpool through to a 4th round tie away at Brighton. Fabinho looking for the diagonal. Ben Doka's got the speed to catch it. Salah waiting in the middle. The cross comes in. Totti intercepts it and thumps it behind for a corner to Liverpool.
It wasn't necessarily the cleanest of passes from Fabinho, but he knows the pace of Ben Doak to get in behind in the delivery. Just couldn't get enough power. Sees Mo Salah darting into the centre of the pitch just before the 6-yard area. But Totti, good covering near post.
Birmingham City 2-1 up away at Forest Green. Could be facing Blackburn in the 4th round. Swansea City 1, Bristol City 1, Wigan 1, Luton 1. West Brom cruising at home against Chesterfield, leading by 3-0. I think they made 10 changes tonight as well. West Brom ahead of Championship action at the weekend, and here Liverpool 1 up on Wolves. Tomorrow we've got full commentary of Leeds Cardiff FA Cup 3rd round replay from Ellen Road. Simicas's corner into the near post. Phillips jumps. Pedence gets onto the clearance, tries to play it forward to Traore, who was one-on-one against Curtis Jones. Had Pedence been able to get the ball forward, Jimenez is hauled to the floor by Simicas. Free kick for Wolves in their left-back position. Michael Brown.
Yeah, Pedence on the breakthrough there. I just don't know why he tries to play it with the outside of his foot. Be safe, travel with the ball, don't give it away. Then the counter-attack's on. You look, you got Cunha at the top of the pitch, and David Traore, but still allow Liverpool to settle. But it's opening up so much now. Liverpool have made those changes and happy to contribute, keep coming forward with pace also.
Here's Neves. Neves looking for that arcing ball out from the back. He's found Traore, chests it down, makes ground up to the edge of the penalty area, uses the speed again to go for the byline. Stand up cross, Jimenez attacks it and heads it over the crossbar. He was up early again. Wolves think that should be a corner. Jimenez reacts with disbelief that Wolves haven't been given the corner. He just couldn't get that header under the bar. He was only 2 yards out.
A moment of magic play as well. Never sweeping ball out like a little drill right out, and then straight away he's putting the Liverpool players on the back foot. Traore, he waits, 2 around him, delays, and then as he gets to the byline, we don't often see this quality with him to be able to pick people up rather than just smash it across. He stands it up. Kelleher realises he's struggling, right to the back post. Jimenez rises and he's just heading it into the near post. I think it just hits Gomez and goes wide. I mean, it's going into the top corner. Yes, it's a corner, and it could have also went in.
Goal kick, though, has been given to Liverpool. 12 minutes away plus added time from another date with Brighton at the Amex Stadium.
When he does that, Traore, you stand up and admire, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because when he's gone at that speed to be able to then little sandwich to the back post.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Curtis Jones plays the ball back to Nat Phillips. Phillips to the goalkeeper Kelleher. Kelleher chips it up towards the halfway line. Aït-Nouri leans over Doak to win the header. Nunez wins the 50-50, just lobs it up in the air and says to Traore, chase that one. Simicas got a job on his hands. Ball comes off Simicas. Chance here. Traore's cross back in. Canate heads it to his left-hand side. The ball's not out of play. Still inside the Liverpool box, wide on the left. Little turn from Pedence. He's got Keita right in front of him. Pedence coming back towards his teammates. Aït-Nouri wanted the pass, and it's actually gone out for a throw into Wolves on the left-hand side, and then Wolves fans are annoyed.
No, he's fell down. He says there's contact here.
Yeah.
And he falls right down. I mean, what is that?
Well,
they caught him on the knee. That's what he's asking for. Keita.
Pedence wanted to take the throw quickly. He didn't see Keita there. Keita was trying to stop him taking it. And there was contact, but Keita doesn't need to go down like that. I think the Wolves fans are onto him there. They're right. He's rolling. He's fine. Throw-in for Wolves. 10 minutes left in this game.
He does clip his ankle slightly, but he goes down,
But enough to go down like that, Michael?
He clipped it. And it was him who was holding the ball and threw it behind him, Keita. And there was a reaction. He shouldn't have done that, Pedence. It was stupid.
Yeah.
But minimal.
Oh, that's brilliant. Aït-Nouri, that is fabulous to turn away from Gomez. More skill. Bobbling pass into Cunha. Cleared up in the air by Fabinho, but only straight up in the air. The ball drops down. Nunez flicks it over to Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri drives it across goal. Nat Phillips heads it up in the air. Kelleher comes and makes a really important catch just in front of his goal line.
Brilliant. What a game. Second half now. It's open right up. Aït-Nouri, I just think he's a brilliant player. I really like watching him. Wonderful skill on the byline. Continues, drills it across. Kelleher, you can see the anticipation when he just catches it, takes the pressure off his team. Jurgen Klopp anxious as he goes back to the bench.
Kelleher, when he's played for Liverpool, Mike, has never ever let them down. He's done really well, I think.
Yeah, he's done well, and that was comfortable, wasn't it? Do you know, when he was under pressure in the first half, do you know, when he just took his touch calmly under pressure, people coming at him, just swept the ball out. And I know it was something simple, but actually he did it well, and he's not played so many games.
Throw in for Liverpool on the left inside their own half. Into the last 10 minutes of this FA Cup third round replay. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Wolves away at Manchester City on Sunday. In the first commentary on 5 Live's Premier League Sunday, the 4:30 game on Sunday, which is going to be a fabulous listen, I'm sure. Arsenal against Manchester United on Saturday. We've got one of the crunch relegation games at 3 o'clock with Ian Dennis, full commentary on West Ham, Everton, all the goals as they go in up and down the country. And at 5:30, Palace Newcastle is our commentary. So the top 4 teams all involved in commentary games on 5 Live this weekend. Kelleher clears again for Liverpool with his right foot. Collins heads it away above Salah. Elliott looking for the run of Salah has overhit the pass, and it comes all the way through to Jose Sarr. Still feel there might be a twist in this, you know, Michael.
We need another goal.
Yeah.
Desperately need another goal for this. It deserves one.
I think Nuri, as you say, is a lovely player with the ball at his feet. Oh, look who we've got coming on now. This will be fun. Diego Costa.
Perfect.
Who will have exactly.
Bring it on. Let me see it.
He'll have had some.
Imagine if he scores.
Oh, I know. He'll have had some battles against Liverpool in the past. I know he scored a winner at Anfield. I remember it. I think in his first season actually for Chelsea back in 2014. So he's getting ready. Adama Traore still out there, leaping to control a bouncing ball. Tackled by Tsimikas. The ball comes off Traore, according to the assistant referee. Throw in for Liverpool. 7 minutes to go plus added time.
So many attacking players now for Wolves, if that's the case. And you do feel at any point Liverpool can pick him off, Ali, couldn't they? You know, the counter, Mo Salah top of the pitch. And what's he going to do? He's waiting for that. The board's failed. There it is.
Could still be extra time in a couple of the other third round replays tonight. Katie Smith is watching one of them, Wigan against Luton.
Yeah, it's still 1-1, 81 minutes on the clock now this second half. Everything the first wasn't. 2 goals in 5 minutes. A huge penalty shout moments ago for Wigan. Naylor brought down, that one waved away. And then just seconds later, Luton putting the Wigan box under constant pressure. A sensational goal line clearance though from James McLean kept his sign in this. We are less than 10 minutes away from extra time.
The other game level at the moment, FA Cup third round replay, Swansea City against Bristol City. Chris Coles.
We're even closer to extra time here, Ali. Just 5 minutes to play. Swansea 1, Bristol City 1. The way both sides are approaching this final 5 minutes, though, suggests they don't really fancy extra time, giving it a real go, but still no third goal in this match. Swansea 1, Bristol City 1. Extra time beckons.
Raul Jimenez off for Wolves. Diego Costa on to make a nuisance of himself for 6 minutes or so, plus added time. And if Wolves can find the equaliser, then another half hour of football and possibly penalties as well if we finish level at full time. Liverpool trying to get the ball back at the moment. They do have it back, and they are taking the throw, and they're coming back to their goalkeeper, Kelleher.
Liverpool fans keeping it. They've now thrown it on the pitch on the far side.
2 balls on the field.
Stop it.
Here's Doak with the outside of his right foot. Liverpool might not want to stop it right now because here they come with Salah. Salah back in field to Doak. Little bit of skill, beats Nunez, sets off on a run, darting in field, tumbles over but finds Curtis Jones with the pass. Jones plays it to the left. Here's Tsimikas, looks up, gets that cross in. Totti heads it away. Volleyed to his left by Nunez for Wolves. Podence clears only as far as Joe Gomez. Plays it up to Mo Salah. Salah was looking for Elliott, and Doak actually got in the way of the pass. That second ball is still out on the field.
He dared stop it, there he knows he's going to have to stop it in a minute. Someone just kick it off the pitch.
Yeah. Tsimikas could do that now if he wants to. Yeah, Tsimikas is doing it now, and play continues. And we've got 5 minutes to go with Liverpool leading by a goal to nil. Konate. High ball upfield, Salah and Totti battling for it. Doak rushes in, heads it forward into the arms of Jose Sarr, the Wolves keeper. Nathan Collins then comes striding out from the back for Wolves. Another good performance from them tonight under Julen Lopetegui. As I said, Manchester City away on Sunday. If they're not in the FA Cup fourth round, then there's a gap in the schedule, and then it's Liverpool again. Liverpool here in the Premier League again, so they'll be going at it again.
The best make-up and be friends, these two.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a Premier League game.
From what you've seen of Wolves tonight, obviously in a relegation battle at the moment, Michael, in the Premier League.
With all the changes as well, though. We're talking Liverpool, and as Lopetegui said, one of the best sides in the world was his comments. And I think they've been really impressive. They've tried to take it, they've tried to create. This obviously still a worry, isn't it? Lack of goals, Ali.
That's true. Here's Ait Nouri, no, that's beyond Costa with his right foot. Not so good with his right foot, and through it goes to Keller, who's going to take his time. So Diego Costa comes rushing towards him, glowers at him as Kelleher picks the ball up. Costa backs off, and Kelleher just calmly walks to the edge of the penalty area. And Diego Costa saying, how long is this taking? And Andre Mariner gives Kelleher the hurry up. Volleys it clear with his right foot. Up it goes, headed forward by Collins, headed away by Canate. Neves, lovely ball that. Difficult skill that to execute. Pedence quickly onto Cunha. Cunha drags it onto his left foot. Canate's followed him out to the left-hand side. Cunha's looking for an option here. Plays back to Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri on the left, 25 yards out to Nunez. Nunez to Cunha. Back to Nunez, little drag from him, looking for Cunha to head it infield towards Costa. Lays it off, and then Cunha hits it on the volley. Couldn't control it, and it's high and wide and behind for the Liverpool goal kick.
The creativity there, I was wondering for a little gives and go. Some of the passes you had to overstretch, but you could see exactly what they were doing, the awareness in and around them. So they've got the talent, haven't they, these Wolves players, but obviously have they got the fight? That's what Lopetegui's trying to change, and that little give and go, that little set, and a real rash finish. Under a little bit of pressure, he booms it over, doesn't it? Cunha off his top of his shin.
Oh, Kelleher clears just in time as Diego Costa slides in, headed away by Totti. We're into the 88th minute of the game here, so Wolves really are running out of time. Still that early dipping Harvey Elliott strike. It looks like it's going to win this cup tie at the moment. Ait Nouri plays it back to Totti. Neves again looking for the run of Adama Traore. 60-yard pass, inch perfect. Onto Traore's right boot, step over from him, two red shirts in front of him, left-footed cross comes in, Fabinho's able to volley it away. Salah controls it just inside his own half, beats a couple of players, then loses it. Here's Nunez, Salah continues to chase. Nunez tripped by Fabinho. That'll be a free kick for Wolves. Picks himself up and takes it quickly, and again Neves immediately looks right and finds Traore in space. Traore at speed into the box, slightly scuffs the cross, might get another chance. Across it comes and then overhits that one, underhits the first one, overhits the second one. Doak is back there. Doak holds off Ait Nouri, beats Pedence, plays a pass across his own penalty area. Nat Phillips takes it, plays it forward to Salah, and Liverpool possibly looking to kill it on the counter.
Well, he had done everything, and he Neves, brilliant. Liverpool holding really strong. Jurgen Klopp's got to be impressed with the defensive display, limiting Wolves to only a couple of opportunities, but it's all Wolves regards to the build-up, switches of play, crosses and chances. Will one drop for them?
89th minute of the game.
First bad one from him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Neves has just hit the pass straight into Naby Keita, and it's come back into Liverpool possession. All in red, playing from left to right here, looking for this second goal to clinch the fourth round spot away to Brighton. Harvey Elliott just outside the penalty area, finds Jones on his left inside the box. Jones shoots right across the face of goal, almost grazes the left hand post and goes behind for a Wolves goal kick.
That was great play, just queuing up Liverpool. It fizzes right across the post. He sort of goes to go with his right, pulls it onto his left, creates the space, and he knows he's going to shoot far post. Good battle in the middle, wasn't it? Nunez and Naby Keita.
Yeah, Lopetegui saying to Nunez, go long, look for Pedence. They do look for Pedence, and Canate has to come across hurriedly and knock the ball out of play for a throw into Wolves on the left.
Lopetegui does, he just drives you and keeps you going and demands more from his players. And the fourth official, assistant referee, just checking the watchers to see what they're going to do.
Ball down the left for Nunez, over on the left wing, drag back, cross comes in, header down! Kelleher saves it. Cunha couldn't get the power on it. 5 minutes of added time. I was just about to say, if Wolves do score, I'm looking forward to the Lopetegui celebrations. I thought it might be. I thought it might be.
It looked like it was going into me for the far post. Nunez, brilliant. He turns, comes onto his right, crosses it, but there wasn't really much power. So he couldn't really guide it, Cunha, could he, into the far post.
Right, we're into 5 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Liverpool still leading by a 1-0, but Wolves still throwing everything at them.
Collins has gone up
to try and take us into extra time, including Nathan Collins, the centre-back, going forward. Wolves in possession, just inside their own half. Neves still looking for those gaps in the Liverpool midfield, in the Liverpool defence. Comes across to Totti. Totti chips it to his left. Pedence goes down off the ball. Andre Mariner says he's seen what's happened. Advantage is played. Ait Nouri's cross in. Canate heads it behind Wolves' corner. Calling over Joe Gomez.
Yeah.
Yellow card.
Yellow card for us. Sort of, was it
barge off the ball?
Challenge or barge, something off the ball on Podence. Aït-Nouri again, pushing it into space. Bendo putting a bit of pressure on, delivers a wonderful ball. They're all queuing up, well defended Liverpool.
Corner taken short to Podence in added time at the end of the game here. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool under a bit of pressure, looking for a much needed win. Here's Traore, cross deflects and the ball goes up in the air. Fabinho comes running across, chests it down, it almost runs away for a corner. He gets there just in time and clears it with his left foot for a throw into Wolves on the right. 90 seconds of the added time already played. At the moment Birmingham are going through against Forest Green. They're leading by 2-1, and West Brom leading Chesterfield by 3-0. They'll be going through as well. Swansea City, Bristol City, Wigan, Luton look like they're heading to extra time as it stands this evening. Ruben Neves plays the ball back to Semedo. To Neves, back to Semedo. Liverpool are pressing. Semedo is under pressure from Harvey Elliott, trying to escape his clutches. Salah gets a touch on the ball as Semedo plays the pass, and Wolves decided to keep it in play. Mateus Nunes goes scampering across. Looks for the lofted ball down the inside left channel, headed away by Konate. Podence gets up well to win a header. Now the ball's worked out to the left. Here's Aït-Nouri, 3 red shirts behind him. Throwing given to Wolves. Jurgen Klopp felt it should have gone the other way.
He's give it right behind him. Lopetegui, assistant referee. He changed it.
2.5 minutes to go. Diego Costa, bit of skill from him, wide on the left, taking on Konate, gets in the cross, Phillips clears, only as far as Cunha. Cunha on his right foot, hits the curler, deflected. That's going to be another Wolves corner.
The atmosphere now, the ending, it's incredible. Thiago, he's getting involved. He's come up with his long coat behind Jurgen Klopp. They realise it's tense moments here at Molineux. Will this go? Will it come?
Jurgen Klopp, not a fan of FA Cup replays. He will be a fan of this one if his team can get through. Difficult start to 2023. And they, of course, the cup holders. Corner taken back to Nunez, wide to Podence, and the pass didn't have enough on it to get to Podence. Tsimikas in, knocks it out for a throw into Wolves. They've got 2 minutes to try and find the equaliser here to take us into extra time. Throw into Podence, played back out to that right hand side. It comes back to Semedo. Semedo, low pass down the right. Podence just manages to keep it in play. Strong challenge on him by Harvey Elliott. Elliott celebrates with the Liverpool fans because he's won Liverpool a throw over on the left.
Great moment that, wasn't it? Defended from the youngster who's obviously been the difference, got a wonderful goal, but he's doing the ugly things, he's doing the hard things. Great tackle, he jumped up, he realised he got his team the possession back and punched the air in front of those supporters.
Jurgen Klopp is trying to get Thiago to get back into the dugout. He was really imploring him to get back into the dugout. I don't know why he's... Look at him, he's going over here to have a word.
He's on a yellow card as well, isn't he?
That's the point. That is the point.
You lose him, won't he?
Minute to play. Liverpool a minute away from a place in the 4th round away to Brighton. Konate up to win a header. Keita's there to volley the ball high into the sky. Lopetegui goes running into the Liverpool technical area. Can't catch it on the bounce. Jurgen Klopp ignores him. Aït-Nouri throws it to Mateus Nunes. 30 seconds to play. Here's Cunha. Cunha with the diagonal. Good ball. Semedo chests it down. Touches it once with his right foot. Volley cross is blocked by Tsimikas. Back it comes to Neves. Cross into the area. Headed away by Phillips. Challenge from Totti. Wolves say handball. And now Liverpool on the counter. Jose Sarr miles off his line. Salah's knocked it into the body of Sarr.
No, he's given it.
But he's actually given the free kick at the other end of the field.
Incredible.
So the last action of this game is going to be a Wolves free kick from less than 30 yards out in a central position. They're going to have a shot on goal.
Why did he let it go for so long, Ali? Why did he change it? What happened?
Don't know.
Who gave him that information? But what about Mo Salah darting through? I'm not sure it was. It was clipped really close to him. This goes in, you can imagine. You can imagine Jurgen Klopp, his team behind us, just to the left-hand side, will be saying that's a harsh one. But that race, the goalkeeper done well. It could have hit his hand as well, Jose Sarr.
Yeah. Free kick given for a handball outside the Liverpool penalty area.
Imagine the scene.
Central position. We've played the 5 minutes of added time. This is literally going to be the last kick of the game. Ruben Neves with the chance to take it into extra time. It's going to be a short run at the ball. Here he comes, dinks it over the wall, into the box. Costa across goal, headed back towards the Liverpool goal. Into the 6-yard box it goes. Elliott heads it away. The full-time whistle blows, and Liverpool make it through as the holders to the 4th round of the FA Cup. Nice handshake and a hug between Jurgen Klopp and Julian Lopetegui. That is an important and much needed win for Liverpool. Harvey Elliott's goal has settled it. Goodness me, Michael Brown. Wolves gave it a right good go.
What a second half of football. How enjoyable was that? Liverpool desperate just to clear the lines, and it was a great free kick, wasn't it? They just dinked it rather than Neves, you'd expect to hit it to the back post, come across, a bit of pinball that cleared it away. That sort of hug and handshake between the two managers. Someone's lying down injured, the supporters from Liverpool going well. And it was a real resolute performance from Liverpool, determined one. But Wolves, for me, really, really impressive. They tried, they did everything possible, but it was about the quality of Harvey Elliott on the day that made the difference.
Well, what it means for Liverpool is they will have a chance for pretty immediate revenge for their 3-0 defeat at Brighton on Saturday, because a week on Sunday they will go there in the 4th round of the FA Cup. One thing Liverpool as a football club have never managed to do in their long and great history is win back-to-back FA Cups. That is still on this season. Long way to go. Goodness me, they needed that. They've beaten Wolves by a goal to 0.